Hello and welcome to the Easy Allies podcast in the month of August. My birthday.
Yo.
Happy birthday.
Coming up. Coming
When's
up.
your birthday?
17th.
What's your social security number?
555-55-555-5. Yes. We are Easy Allies. Thank you for joining us. We love you. We respect you. We cannot wait to dive into the games this week. We got a lot of games to talk about. So many impressions. And we have some corpos. To talk. We got a lot of corpo business at the top.
Some corpos.
Yeah, we got corpos.
And Rez.
Yeah. It's just a lot. We got
maybe some of the most ultimate corpo shit ever happened.
Honestly,
this
ever.
past week.
Yeah. A follow-up to last week's story. So let's just dive right in. My favorite way to start a podcast in 2026 is with what? Not a game announcement.
Corporate ass.
Sales.
Corporate double talk.
Grand
GTA
Theft
6.
Auto. Let's go.
But this is the dumbest shit of all time.
It is the dumbest shit of all time.
it?
It's offensive.
I think it's cool.
No, it's not cool at all. It's gross.
Okay, what is it? What
This
is
is
it
corpo
though?
shit.
GTA 6 has confirmed that there will be an extended look debuting on Netflix.
Okay.
Keep reading.
Thursday, August 27th at 12 p.m.
You'll be on
For
the plane.
Terminator 2.
I will be.
Keep reading.
This will be Thursday, August 27th at noon Pacific time.
Okay.
This will be a GTA 6 extended look.
All right.
Following this, there will be this will debut then on Rockstar's YouTube channel
There it is.
at 6 p.m. So they have a 6-hour
Oh, so it's the
exclusive
same day.
window.
What 6 hours?
6 hours.
Yeah, I'll just watch it on YouTube.
So noon on Netflix, 6 p.m.
Can you
on
Yeah,
YouTube.
can you react to it if the Netflix version, technically?
Probably
Ooh.
not.
Because it can be the
It's
same
probably
video. Like, what
Yeah,
are they going to do?
I mean, this shit's gonna be ripped and on
Someone's
YouTube
gonna
in a
put it
minute.
on YouTube. Yeah, that's what I was just
A
thinking
minute.
about.
1 minute
They're
later.
gonna have to like stomp
I mean, as
down
long as
on like a bunch
your
of YouTube
reactions,
videos.
you could put them up, the VOD, set it
Yeah.
private till 6 p.m. and then be like, no, I watched the YouTube
Look.
version, unless they don't allow
Look.
co-streaming at all. We'll see.
Look, I got takes on this garbage, all right? This is the most like Triple H, ESPN, TKO corporate
this like LeBron
carny
James, the answer?
WWE bullshit. This is just like, honestly, you would hear them talking shit on a GTA radio station about this.
this,
They have
yeah.
become
Yeah.
what they make fun of and despise.
They've
Like,
lived long enough to become the
I don't
villain.
know,
Truly.
man.
like this is just like, get off your fucking high horse. Like, enough is enough. You're above this, Rockstar. You are above this. You are sinking down into just the corporate overlords and the freaking shareholder billionaires.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I just this is rubbing
How
me
much
the
did
wrong way.
Netflix pay them for a 6-hour exclusive window?
Exactly.
More
We
than the
canceled our
Dodgers just
Netflix
paid
like a
for a
year
certain
ago.
pitcher.
100 million per hour.
Tommy
Gotcha.
Nani, why are you doing this to me, right?
Corpos.
Yeah. So, hey, the Dodgers have broken no rules. Yet
Love
people
this.
hate them more than actual cheaters. People hate the Dodgers more than actual cheaters in the game. It's very shocking to me. Ask
boy.
your own billionaires to spend more money on your baseball team.
boy.
The Dodgers gave up nothing for Scooble. They gave up 3 prospects. Any other team could have matched that. They chose not to because there's billionaire collusion going on in the MLB. They want to use the Dodgers as a scapegoat for a lockout so that they don't have to pay their players. If there's a salary cap, the actual people on the field are going to be making less money than the billionaire owners. The
that's
billionaire
probably true.
owners, if you're for a lockout next year, you're defending billionaires. So think about that.
I know.
Okay?
I
The
don't know
players
enough
are the one
information.
who deserve the
I
money.
can't tell if Huber's been brainwashed or if this is true. I don't know.
He's actually what he's saying does make a bit of sense to
Thank
me.
you, Isla. Thank
Like
you,
if
Isla.
if someone's going to be
Correct.
ridiculously overpaid, you would probably rather it be the players than the billionaire
aren't the-
owners.
Shohei Ohtani makes $70 million a year. He has given the Dodgers and the franchise already more money than that. He deserves that money because he is the star bringing in the money for the franchise. He should be getting the bigger piece of the pie, not the owners themselves.
Like should all of them get $2 million a year, and then that food goes back into the community, or that money
but
goes
all
into
of
the
that
community
money
to whatever?
is going up to
Tune
the
into
owners
our
anyway.
sports
No, but then
podcast
the
for
owners don't
in-depth
get all that
thoughts.
either. I'm saying the entire system, everyone's getting insane amounts of money.
But this is the system that we live in. There are sometimes you just
System bad. System real bad.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
bad
What are you
system.
going to do? So I'd rather the players get
I'm
it
just
than
gonna
the owners.
DoorDash a $13 fruit smoothie to myself during a podcast about it.
I just think honestly, this is a company whose last game was Red Dead Redemption 2, and now we're just like
Their last
doing
game
this.
was GTA 5 online every day because it makes them.
Now
millions
we're
of
yeah. Now we're just doing like WWE carny shit. This is weird. I don't like it. And this is coming from someone who is bowing down, ready to play GTA 6 immediately.
Is carny offensive?
So, I don't know. What do we think about this, everybody? Are we as offended as I am, or is this just a nothing burger?
About baseball?
No, about GTA's trailer debuting on Netflix. It's behind a paywall, by the way. Netflix is a paywall. Netflix has been such a constant in our lives for 2 decades that you don't see it that way because it's just a thing. You subscribe to Netflix. This is a fucking paywall.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know. With the 6 hour, it'd be a lot different, I think, if it was like more than 24
happens-
hours. Because the fact that it's going to be available 6 hours is not extremely offensive because that's the content's being available within the same day.
Sure.
So really, this is just another like act. Yeah, maybe this is like a cheap act to get more publicity because they're doing this because it is like being like, oh, Netflix exclusive. But I see what you're saying though, Huber. I could see why people are offended because 6 hours is huge if you're just like hungry like just foaming at the mouth for anything.
It's not even that. It's just that they would debut it on net. They would shake hands with Netflix to show it there instead of how they used to do it on their own agenda. Be like, hey, on our YouTube, tune in.
Yeah. This don't think
makes
Netflix
me
is not
nervous.
available everywhere anyway. So even if you want to pay to
Right,
use it, you
right.
can't do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's ways around that, but like legally, no.
Yeah.
Like this is like I don't understand how they're just misunderstanding how the whack-a-mole they're gonna have to play. Once that begins,
Right,
that
right.
shit is gonna
it's
be
over.
everywhere. Clips on social, it's gonna be shared
Immediately.
everywhere. And what are you gonna do? Like, we just like to start issuing like
Just
takedown
nuke
notices
every
to everyone
YouTube
on
channel?
everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, that's such
Like,
a
can we react to it?
That's such
Yeah,
like
I
a
don't know.
stupid thing. Like, what a
Yeah.
I don't know. Like whatever, like they don't need the money. It's obviously not for the damn money. So it's like, why are you doing this? I'd love to know the reason. Do they really think it's a prestige thing? Like, yeah, we're debuting this is like on Netflix and stuff. It's like, man, make a behind the scenes documentary and put that on Netflix. Like, we don't need.
It devalues it for
like
me, honestly.
game
It makes
reveals.
It devalues the whole vibe for me.
Yeah.
My hype is
Here we go.
is took a hit.
Next up, the Game Awards, exclusive on Amazon Prime only, for
Right,
the first day.
right.
Then you can watch them on YouTube the next day after everyone knows the winners and stuff. Like,
Netflix is a fucking movie and show site. I know they have Netflix games, but like not really because you can't even play that shit on PlayStation. There's no Netflix games through your console. You have to do it on like your browser or your phone. So for the most part, Netflix is movies and TV. And they are getting the GTA 6 first look. Like, this is going to be the look. This is the look we've all been waiting for, theoretically.
Maybe they think that this will decrease people like copying it and putting
think
it on.
it's just-
it's going to increase that though.
I think it's just
insane.
another corner for the masses.
Yeah.
GTA is complete global saturation. You already have the entire gaming world in the palm of your hand. You don't need to say another word. there were so many theories where it was like, hey, they might not even release another trailer and just launch the game. They already have us all.
Wait a
This,
minute.
I think, is opening the door to, people in the supermarket, people at the gas station. You're getting them.
Maybe.
Netflix and Rockstar already have a working relationship. Forgot.
What this means is there's going to be a GTA show on Netflix.
The trilogy. They put the definitive edition games on Netflix.
That's right.
Yeah, there's something contractual probably for this. Yes.
Yeah.
There's something. Yes. There's
greasing those palms. Yep.
Someone suggested it's because of security concerns. They don't want it leaking. I'm like, okay. It's like what?
That's what I said. Like, that's how they got the shareholders in on this, or that's how Netflix pitched it to them or something. Because it's like, but like, it's going to increase security concerns, not decrease them. Like,
all right, Rockstar, you need to chill. You need to get off your high horse for a minute.
Drunk.
All right, you're drunk. It's too much. Laszlo would be talking so much fucking shit on you right now, Rockstar. Laszlo himself would just be like, you are gross.
who are you talking? Who's that?
She doesn't play GTA.
I don't.
All right.
I don't.
Laszlo is the radio host in Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I do listen to the. Sophia puts on the JB Smoove, what is it called? Chakra Attack. She'll just put that on while we're driving, and we'll just listen to it in real life.
I love him so much. In Curb Your Enthusiasm. Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah.
So
He
good.
just like lives
So
in his
good.
house for a long time.
Yes,
Yeah.
so good. All right, a quick follow-up to this. Speaking of Rockstar, Midnight Club 5
Yeah.
was killed because it wasn't as big as GTA. Midnight Club, one of my favorite racing games of all time. Of course, Franklin in GTA 5 plays like a Midnight Club character. You click L3, R3, you can do the slow motion turning and stuff. That, of course, was in Midnight Club. In an interview with Insider Gaming, former Rockstar senior designer Chris Roberts was asked about Midnight Club's fate.
The Fate of the Furious. Oh, no fate but what we make.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was like, are we sticking with cars? Like, what are we doing?
You got there on two
I'm
fronts.
tired. I need fruit.
Having worked on the franchise at Rockstar San Diego, the studio that helmed Rockstar's arcade racing franchise and led development on Red Dead Redemption 1. Roberts noted that a fifth, this is from IGN, by the way.
Okay.
Roberts noted that a fifth Midnight Club game was in early development following the release of Midnight Club LA, and the team had even prototyped new locations, including London. The designer noted that while there had been legitimate frustrations over missed deadlines on the previous game, Rockstar still hadn't given the racing series its props, and it wasn't nearly as big as GTA. So, this is one of those stories that I love because it's like, it's one of those situations where we can all, as gamers, theorize. Like, oh, obviously this is just the GTA Red Dead studio now, but this is, of course it's an ex-dev, but it is almost confirmation of the fact that it's like they are just all in on the big hitters, GTA and Red Dead.
Yeah.
What do we think about this in relation to, not only Rockstar, but just other studios as well? I immediately thought of Sony Santa Monica going just all in on God of War, like we talked about last week, how they have so much God of War in development. They're just, God of War's too big. It's all they're doing.
Yeah.
And then I also thought about Naughty Dog and how special it is that we're actually getting Intergalactic.
Yeah.
That they're actually going away from their franchises to do something else. Yeah. So what do we think about this just in general?
Yeah, it's interesting. Go ahead, Damiani.
Not surprised. I mean, considering how much money this freaking thing means, especially when we got those, was it reports, leaks, whatever it was, that gave us like the breakdown of how much GTA Online was making like every day, and how many like
30 million
the sales
a month
of 5
million
over
a
like its
month?
lifetime,
Yeah,
like.
Jesus.
I don't know if we get to like later, but like it is updated like is, Animal Crossing, New Horizons, one of the biggest Switched games of all time. I mean, Mario Kart's bigger, just hit 50 million sales or whatever. 1/5 of like GTA 5's like lifetime. Like that's like the juggernaut that thing is. So it's like, yes, like ideally we wish that they could have like kicked Midnight Club to like maybe another studio outside, to continue it. I think the best you can hope for is that like they incorporate elements of Midnight Club into like the new GTA Online. Like it'll be a special. That's what I've
always hoped.
Like they have
even in the campaign, Damiani, I want just like a full campaign side story that is basically Midnight Club.
They have.
Give me that.
I mean, they go big or go home with GTA. I don't think it's beyond them to try and incorporate something like that. Like, might not be a full-blown Midnight Club game in there, but, like, they give significant portions that feel like, damn, this feels like Midnight Club just got put in here. Yeah. I mean, that's where GTA goes to get bigger. Obviously, like, open world and missions and the gameplay, like, and driving around, like, it's always going to be fun, but it's like, shit. Like, can you like just throw more games in here somehow and make I want like mini games and like full blown games? Like, it could be insane what they could do. But yes, that would have been like nice to see, but also not surprising in the least, because it's like, why are you even bothering with, like, from their perspective, like, why are we even bothering this? We could just like make so much money. No, you could argue, damn, like kick some of that money into like a smaller studio, not just like giving off the IP, but like you got like. Will GTA always exist? Will always be the juggernaut that it is? You should be always doing some research into maybe something new that could be like the next big thing, without intentionally trying to be that. So I don't know. This feels like a lot of studios are just placing safe bets right now, Huber. I feel like they're just like doubling down. Even when you said like with Interstellar, it's like depending on the outcome of that game. Oh, sorry. Intergalactic. Depending on the fate.
We love Interstellar.
Yeah, depending on the fate of Intergalactic, with Naughty Dog, when that comes out, they might already internally they might even be like, we're going, no matter what, we're going right back. We're going right back
to Last of Us or Uncharted.
I think that's probably true regardless.
Yeah, it's like no matter what, they're like, we're already planning to go back because we like with the things of going, we gotta play safe. Place those safe bets, right?
Yeah. I mean, Damiani, what you're saying reminds me of what we were talking about last week or 2 weeks ago with all this Microsoft stuff, where it's this weird like hell-bent drive toward homogeny, and like we're only our big games anymore. Like
it's
no
scary.
AA, nothing
it's
but
so scary.
Nothing but Halo, Gears, and fucking Forza and like we're lucky Fable is probably still going to exist, but like
we're honestly lucky to be getting a new Fable. Seriously, I need to have that mindset. Honestly, I'm not taking that for granted.
But I guarantee you, no matter how well that game does, most of that team is getting laid off and everyone else is getting put back onto Forza. Like, I guarantee it.
They are.
If we're lucky, they don't get laid off. They all just get put back onto Forza. Like, that's best case scenario, but I kind of doubt it.
Optimistically argue against that.
It's
so right.
That game could be the best-selling RPG in years.
Yeah.
And they'll lay off. They're still gonna like. It's fucking
immediately the fastest-selling Fable in franchise history.
Oh yeah,
pretty easily. Obviously.
Yeah. We really need to like speed run to like all these bubbles bursting, hopefully, or like things hitting a new normal so that things can stabilize again, so that people can figure out things, find their studios and teams can find their footing again and feel confident enough that they could like take risk again. Because right now we're in that like contraction part where people are just gonna survival mode. It's survival mode right now. They just want to make it to like the next day, the next week, the next year, and minimize their losses. And what do you do with that? You bet on your safest thing. So I feel like you're just going to see a lot of safe things for the next probably 2 to 3 years. And depending on how things play out, we might. But the thing is, I think there will still be. You have to look to like smaller studios, hopefully, that might have a breakout. We just as we'll talk about a little bit later with Big Walk. Like, obviously, there's still some like hope for some exciting new experiences. But I think from established studios, probably not going to see that for a little while, sadly.
Yeah. Especially with it's just so funny to me, the swing the swing that the last like 6-7 years has taken, didn't do that on purpose. You know, like we weren't excited when Microsoft bought 20 different, you know, sub studios or whatever, but we were like, oh, maybe this will mean, maybe we were
Hopeful.
like, this will give them financial stability so they can focus on their weirdo shit, like Double Fine or whatever. And like, Double Fine did focus on weirdo shit and put out some stuff, but then
Kiln and Keeper,
which
so
like
both so weird.
but I assume
Two
both
weird
underperformed.
games, definitely.
And like, then Microsoft cuts them loose, you know? So it's just like, even like studios owned by big studios aren't going to be doing interesting things anymore. And it's just such a drag.
And again, nothing's safe. Sorry, in our chat, I'm seeing some comments about like maybe some games will be like safe. Halo, not safe. Halo Studios just laid off people today. Like, like
safe.
the Halo campaign
'cause
Evolve
the
launched. Congratulations, we're laying off some people. So like, I think it's gonna be the new normal that every single major release going forward, there'll be like waves of like cutbacks after those releases, just to like,
You're right. You're
again,
right.
because
Well, and
companies
it's
are in
crazy
survival mode.
It's crazy that they don't do, like, it's gaming is such a weird like middle ground where they're still referring to them all as layoffs. This is what I'm about to say is evil, but like in video production stuff, oftentimes you'll go on as a contractor, and they'll just keep you
Permalance.
for like when I was working for Viacom, Don and I, the editors, we weren't staff. We would get a new deal memo every 6 months. But what that really means is our previous deal had been canceled and our new deal had been we're being offered a new deal at the same rates and everything, whatever. So like we don't really notice.
You don't get
but we would have to fill out
healthcare benefits.
in
all
California.
that
You
stuff.
do whatever. It's like whatever, because whatever. But like, you know, it's weird that gaming, like if they just and like there are different laws in different places in different countries and even different states, right? So like you can't do this most places. California and the entertainment industry, there are weird loopholes that companies like Viacom can putz around with and get away with it, you know? So obviously you can't do this, but like they're starting to treat games employees like this, where it's like, oh, we're not really laying them off. They're contractors. The project is over. They're done, right? Instead of this is why games need unions, is my point.
Yeah.
So that they can have employee retention, they can have bargaining power, they can keep themselves employed between projects where maybe you don't need the same scale of employees, but if companies could think ahead and would know, like, okay, we're retaining this staff. We've got this staff retention over between projects, right? And that's built into people's livelihood and people's, you know, payment structures and stuff, and protected by unions. Whatever. Anyway, gaming is fucking weird. Midnight Club, dude.
Midnight Club, incredible. Midnight Club 2, one of my favorite games actually ever made, and also not on digital. So you just remaster that shit, Rockstar. If you're not gonna fucking make the game, just remaster it. Help us out. Port it. Do something. Help us out. Speaking of gaming is weird, here is the most skin-crawling story.
This is the aforementioned most corpo shit that's ever happened.
Oh my God. This is a follow-up to last week as we talked about number one Bond villain Andrew Wilson of EA making $40 million.
Oh, okay.
EA has sold for 55 billion with a B US dollars to a Saudi-led group.
The public and the
Settle in.
PIF.
Yep,
Yeah.
settle in. Let me go through. I've got a lot of information. Let me just go through
go ahead.
all of this. Let
This
me go
is
through all
nothing
this.
but bad news.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through all of this. We're gonna dive in. This is the grossest part of the pod. So gird your loins, strap in. Here we go.
Loins girded.
The sale of gaming giant. This is on BBC, by the way. This is international news. This is from the BBC. I wanted to get the real deal. BBC. The sale.
Yeah, I was gonna say BBC lately.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to go to like real journalism at least.
We don't have to get into it.
All right.
BBC's a whole other ball of wax.
So everything's a ball of wax.
Everything's a ball of wax these days.
All right. The sale of gaming giant EA for $55 billion to a group of buyers, including Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, PIF, has been finalized. The investors, who include affinity partners led by President Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, are taking EA private, meaning all of its public shares will be purchased and it will no longer be traded on a stock exchange. It is thought to be the largest leveraged buyout in history, meaning a significant part of it is paid for with borrowed money, which the company will have to pay back. This is because, as well as the $36 billion it has already put into the deal, PIF needs to borrow $20 billion from investment bankers JP Morgan to close it, with the business taking on the debt. What are we even doing? How paying back this debt will affect EA as a business has been the source of much speculation from journalists and analysts. Bloomberg's, shout out, Jason Schreier.
What does that mean?
That's his
show.
YouTube name.
Has surmised it could lead to mass layoffs, more aggressive monetization, and other big cost-cutting measures for one of the industry's biggest companies. Christopher Dring, editor-in-chief and co-founder of the game business, said the nature of the buyout was also likely to mean, quote, a very hands-on approach from the investment group. The deal caused concern among some fans of EA's massive library of games, particularly as games like The Sims champion inclusivity and LGBT plus relationships. In Saudi Arabia, consensual same-sex sexual conduct can be punishable by death or flogging under interpretations of Sharia law. Sharia law. So,
yeah,
a lot to unpack here. We've got, one of the most corrupt presidential institutions of all time in this country, Donald Trump's cabinet, has just been absolutely just the most corrupt thing you've ever seen, making billions.
They made Jimmy Carter sell his peanut farm.
So
this is a politics podcast now, Chad. Strap in.
A lot of this isn't.
Man.
Yeah, you cannot separate it. And a lot of this is like just do some research. Like, this shit isn't even hearsay or like one side against another. Like, this institution is corrupt as fuck. And then you are also tying it to the Saudis, who have a long list of a lot of human rights violations and just corruption there. And they are just buying up one of the most historic and frankly, like, I know they haven't been good in a long time, but like EA is a pillar of the entire video game institution.
I mean, EA Sports.
Yeah.
It's in the game. Lives rent-free in my head.
Right.
Like, all the time.
Medal of Honor. Like, they go all the way back. So what do we make of this if we can, dissect this at all? What are we feeling? I mean, to me, politics aside, and it can't be, you can't even separate it. So like, aside or not aside, everything about this is just barf-inducing. It's gross. I used to look at Ubisoft as like the worst company in the industry right now. Just like, Ubisoft, you're fucking up. You're not doing well. Now it's EA.
Yeah. I mean, both can be right. Like, obviously, we're up
the list of good ones is
we're
much,
up in
much
the
shorter
stakes
than
here.
the list of bad ones.
We're moving on from like a culture of like sexual harassment to political corruption and human rights violations. I mean, we thought things couldn't get scummier. I mean, the PIF's involvement with SNK had been drawing a lot of like ire and scrutiny from fighting game community and SNK fans specifically.
And that thing with
and they
GDQ had a thing with that this time.
Yeah,
too.
they there was a for what's it called? Not Armored Core. Metal Slug for Metal Slug. They didn't do their due diligence and didn't vet a paid sponsorship segment. But even before that, earlier in the year,
they canceled that. By the way,
they did. They didn't. They literally midstream stopped it and said like, no, this is not happening. But before that, the Evolution Fighting Game Championship Series happened, which is also now owned by them as well, by PIF as well, and a lot of prominent fighting game personalities backed out of that, refused to either participate as contestants or lend their presence there for panels or just being there because they didn't want to support that. So that you're already seeing the effects of it, that like it's already splintering and having like a negative impact. And now we're going to see how it's going to impact EA in their biggest franchises. And obviously they pointed out like The Sims. Like what's going to probably happen to The Sims is like they'll either money talks and they're like, no, we want The Sims to sell make us millions or billions or whatever, and we're not going to touch it. Or they're going to fuck with it, and they're going to find out by someone else is going to come out and make.
So much for that free speech,
They're going to make their own version of The Sims. It's like, okay, here's The Sims that everyone loves and wants. That's not The Sims anymore because they're
Sims Tradwife edition.
Yeah.
I would like to read one more bit in this, because in protest to the deal, the advocacy group Players Alliance HQ has asked gamers to petition their local politicians and speak out against it. And they went on to say, video games are a reflection of culture and people through their storylines, characters, and representation, which I want to fucking applaud that sentence, because video games are my fucking life and they are art and I love the stories they tell. And they say, with the PIF being the majority owner in the potential buyout, there is a large concern that creative decisions could be influenced by these outside factors, leading to themes such as free speech, gender, LGBTQI+, and other aspects of Western politics being reduced or fully censored across major franchises. Yeah. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, I mean it's
that there is a big concern here.
It's curious what like if the Star Wars license will remain with EA after this. Like I think if people wanted to push back on this, what they should do is petition to Disney to sever ties with Star Wars and EA, because that and sports are their moneymakers.
Yeah.
And like I think like this deal is happening.
What a glorious! Could you imagine what a glorious day if the NFL somehow broke their damn contract and Madden wasn't stuck under this garbage anymore?
I think
that would be epic.
You don't put pressure on your politicians.
So good
you put
for the
pressure
gamers
on corporate interests, and you say
money. Take them for the money.
You say, hey Madden, we're not going to buy your games anymore if this deal is happening, or like if EA still has the thing. Hey Disney, we're not going to buy Star Wars Jedi Survivor 3 or whatever, but I think I don't know, I'm cynical. I think I think this is just happening and it's fucked and whatever.
The Bond villain himself spoke out. Would you like to hear what the Bond villain said, Andrew Wilson?
I expect you to die.
He said, I am more energized than ever about the future we are building.
Okay.
Great.
Cool.
Enjoy your $40 million bonus.
Yeah, he just got a bunch of money on energizing.
Yeah, great.
Shit.
Yeah, no wonder.
Good on you, buddy. Good on you.
But here's the deal. Like, I just scrolled down all the games that EA has put out since 2020.
Yeah.
And I don't give a shit about any of them.
Like, you don't give a shit about a lot of games.
No, but personally,
how about from the?
No, let me go though, because like The Sims has been fucked for a long time.
True.
And like The Sims means a lot to my wife.
Yeah.
It means less to me.
Yeah.
But other people like Paralives and whoever are kind of picking up that torch because The Sims has been cooked for a while.
True.
And like EA has been acting weird about it for a while.
Yeah.
Right? The only other things
Apex
in here, I'm sorry to the mega fans of Apex in our community, it doesn't mean anything to me. But
Star Wars Jedi.
The Star Wars Jedi Survivor games are like the only ones in here. Like I didn't love Split Fiction. Tales of Kinzera hurts. Like, I like that one. You know, and I love Surgent Studios, obviously.
Didn't love Split Fiction.
But like, I played like 2 hours of it. The writing drove me goddamn insane.
Crazy.
But like, I don't know.
But like that is such a great example of like Split. This is
No, but
the
it's a good-
company
this is
who
what I'm
released
saying.
Split Fiction.
This is what I'm saying.
What
This is
is
my
this
point.
gonna mean?
Let me land the plane.
Yeah.
Let me land the plane.
Yeah.
In a 6-year history of games from this giant publisher,
Yeah.
if I care about 5 of them, that's not good. Is my point. Like, those games are good. Split Fiction is good. It Takes Two is good.
Goaties.
Tales of Kinzera is
Mega
good.
hit.
Culturally relevant
Yeah,
and
mega hits.
significant.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor
If
are
you were,
good.
But if you were a studio to release Split Fiction, you were having such a fucking impact on so many lives, Isla. It's not about quantity, it's about the quality. Those are impactful games
Right.
that have affected millions
Right.
of lives.
Right. But here's my point. Those games are dead now. Those games are dead.
Sure.
They're not going to do those anymore. They're not going to have games with women or people of color or gay people in them anymore.
Which
And
is
if
the
they
biggest
do,
concern, absolutely,
it's
yes.
incredibly disingenuous and no one should buy them.
Yeah.
No one should buy them.
Yeah, fuck EA right now.
Yeah. And like, what I'm saying
Unless
is,
they can prove otherwise. that
no,
they will not
they can't.
be
If
compromised.
this is the money,
Yeah.
they can't. They literally cannot.
Yeah.
And like my point is, their only way forward is sports and Star Wars, generally speaking, because like even if they do the rest of these things, it'll be so disingenuous. It'll be like supporting Harry Potter.
But if Ferris comes out uncompromised and is like, hey, I'm making, the follow-up to Inside Out Split Fiction,
Yeah.
uncompromised, still telling a awesome story with representation and a good narrative and everything that is uncompromised by it, then where do you draw that line? If he comes out with a game that represents, minorities or whatever it may be, that is completely against the PIF in a way.
I mean, if Miramax put out a movie against sexual assault,
True, that's a good point. Yeah.
but all the money went to who owned
Yeah.
Miramax.
But would the money go? I guess EA, regardless, is collecting a piece of the pie.
Yeah.
It's not going to just Ferris. Ferris would have to leave EA
right. Like
or like
Hazelight would have to not
be
publish
published by EA.
with EA anymore.
Yeah.
Like that. There's no reality where you buy EA games anymore,
yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah. It's fucking gross. Any other takes on this? What do you say? Sickening. I don't know how we got here.
I know exactly how we got here.
The money. The monies. The dollars.
We're in a very cynical and bizarre period of history.
Like why does the president's son-in-law want to own EA
Because
games? What is going
they
on?
want money.
Like,
They want money. They want to
I guess
buy
manipulate the masses that play video games
right.
as well.
Yeah. And they can
because
put
video games traditionally is a younger person's
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, and
so
you can,
if you control that, you control a narrative to
Right.
young people.
Yeah, and it's a way to, people are saying with Saudi money, like a lot of times they're trying to buy their way into
Yeah.
like
WWE.
people's hearts and minds, basically,
Classic.
like and kind of wash over some of the other stuff that's
Yeah.
been going on.
Hey, look over here.
Right.
Instead of here. Yeah.
Like, obviously, we are not political scientists. We don't know all the ins and outs of everything. Mm-hmm. There are things
Just
that
our
are not
takes.
even safe to talk about, really. But, like, it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
Well, read this BBC article. It's super good. Talking about killing journalists that speak out against this stuff.
Right.
So,
Like, that's-
hey, everybody, watch your back.
It's yeah, everything is just wild.
Yes. All right, moving on to some good news. Damiani. As we do, we violently turn from bad news to good news and the other way around as well, from good to bad, bad to good. That is the world that we live in. Switch 2 has sold 23.68 million units and 58.17 million software units.
Oh.
What is your take on that, Damiani? Are you pleased?
What is that in comparison to?
Yeah, is that good? I don't.
Sorry.
Are you pleased?
I mean,
is Damiani pleased?
Does this mean that people who are only buying like 2.4 games
I think
per
it's very good.
Switch?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. You buy your 2 games. You're
No,
good.
it's not weird.
seems
There's
bad.
literally
There aren't
2
any
games
games.
available.
Yeah.
I've been screaming about
You got
this
your
for
Mario
2
Kart
years.
and your Donkey Kong. That's it.
Literally, that's not a joke.
When I put the Pocopia
Got it.
expansion pass into my Switch, I literally had to dust it off.
Oh, that's the PDF. Hang on. I guess it was the quarterly report. Sorry.
This is actually depressing.
So
me.
yeah, I need to know how.
It's the worst software lineup in history.
Don, I'm not going to argue against you, dude, at all. Honestly, I'm not going to argue at all.
I've played this thing for like 2 weeks
Yeah.
every 6 months.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue it. We're like in Xbox territory, honestly, with this software lineup, as far as I'm concerned.
I've been using my Series X as a 4K Blu-ray player.
Nice.
It froze one of the scenes. We were going back in Sex, Lies, and Videotape the other day to rewatch the scene where the shitty husband says that James Spader dresses like an undertaker for the art community, and the Xbox couldn't even play the Blu-ray again because it got confused.
Damn it.
Yeah.
All right, Damiani, what do you got?
Yeah, it's selling well.
Yeah, very
it's
well.
a very good pace.
2 million a month, I think, right? It's been out for 2 years now.
It came out June of 2025, so it's been out a year and 2 months.
Yeah, so that's like 4 million a month.
Yeah, it's been doing well. I was trying to look up software sales real quick, but the question is going to be when the price increase kicks in, which kicks in short,
2 million a month.
it's around the corner, and people are saying like the price is going to still probably have to go up. Obviously, it's up to Nintendo. Nintendo is allowed to take as much of a loss as they want on their consoles as they think as they can afford.
Yeah.
They do not have to raise the price, but at some point, it might just not like make enough sense that like they're going to be losing too much money. That what are they even doing? So it could go up in price, but we don't even know if that's going to like slow down sales. It should. Theoretically, it should slow down sales, but like everything's going up in price. If it's still perceived as a good value, people might still go for it because it's the lowest costing device out there, if it is. But also going to be like people are going to be buying fewer things. We haven't seen this really impact the Switch 2 and Nintendo 2 drastically just yet. But I do think like the software sales, I'm a little like Mario Kart World has sold 15 million, which is like phenomenal because they updated the software sales. Just to put it in perspective, this Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has sold 71.53. That's been out for over like a decade. So
Yeah,
Mario Kart World's on a good
GTA,
pace,
dude.
But like
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Bonanza, sorry, just shy of 5 million copies. That's not bad. Pocopia is at like just shy of 4 million. Kirby Air Riders is just under 2 million. So they have a few, they don't have like 10 million sellers yet, but as Don pointed out, like their first party new original games, not Switch 2 editions or something like that. They only have like a handful of those really going forward. They're going to add more. Obviously, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is going to join that list.
Dude.
Ocarina of Time is absolutely going to be joining that list.
Ton system seller right there.
Yeah, it is. Give me that gold Switch 2. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the. Is that real?
Probably.
That's the thing, like Damiani. That's like
Probably.
people are saying we have a bad take on that. The Switch 2 has no games and is underperforming. But to me, like the Switch 2 is primed with potential energy. Like
I'm not saying it's underperforming at all. They're killing it.
I'm just like
but I just don't think there's a lot of games.
I don't fear that the Switch 2 will be a good investment one day. I think right now, unless you're like into the 6 games that it's on that are on it,
Yeah.
you could wait.
Yeah.
Like someone asked me the other day if they should get a Switch 2, and I was like,
That's a hard sell.
Unless you want to play like this handful of games right now,
Hard sell.
you could get a Steam Deck or just wait.
I wouldn't say
It
it's Steam
largely
Deck. I'd say
depends on
fucking PC or a PlayStation.
If you like Nintendo games, if you have a good Switch library, I would say it just depends. If you're very into Nintendo first-party games and you want to play them the best way, Switch 2 is an absolute like must-buy because they already have a bunch of Switch 2 editions of games, like Xenoblade Chronicles. I'm still playing through 1. I have 2. Haven't started my second, like my replay of 2 yet. But like it's night and day how much better 1 definitive edition Switch 2 version is than the previous versions. Like it runs at such a nice smooth frame rate. It looks so much nicer. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Switch 2 editions, like 60 frames a second and that. Like it is like the definitive way to play those games, and it can play a lot of the stronger third-party games. I mean, we'll talk about it next week. Because I need a little bit more time with it. But I've been like putting some time into Final Fantasy 14 on Switch frickin' 2. Like playing frickin' Final Fantasy 14 on Switch 2 in handheld mode. Like what the hell?
Jolly.
Like
that's jolly.
Like there's stuff like that. Now obviously like the handheld part of it for someone like me has always been a big thing. It's like, are you constantly on the go and don't have a setup for a big TV setup that might tilt things in your favor? Because in handheld modes, a lot of those AAA first-party, third-party games look a little bit better because they don't have to run at a higher resolution in handheld mode. I think things on handheld mode look pretty nice on there. But if you're going to get like a more powerful handheld machine, or you have like a PC and a setup for a PC and console, then maybe it isn't a must buy. So if you're not into a lot of like Nintendo games per se, like it's not a third party. It's not your primary machine for third party games if you're looking for the best way to play third party games, even right now.
Correct. Mm-hmm. That's how I felt for the last 10 plus years with Nintendo in general. Is that I'm buying it for the Nintendo games.
And
give me my Zelda, give me my Mario, give me my Donkey Kong. That's it.
Yeah, I might be biased, even with the accusations that they're not like releasing as many first party games as they normally do. I still think in a calendar year they release more decently sized first party games than Xbox or Sony in any given year. Easily, they always release more games than them. It's not even close. Like Sony's like notorious for barely getting out like 2 games some years. It's like what's going on over there? Like
I mean, that's why I'm like the Switch 2 is great and I'm not worried about it.
Yeah,
I just feel like I'm still waiting for it to have things I care about on it.
That's fair. Like so in a normal world, if things were like we'd have this threat of increased prices on the horizon, you could absolutely wait for a Switch 2 if you have a Switch 1 right now. Like that would be my advice. Like if there's not a killer app Switch 2 game that speaks to you right now, don't buy it. Yeah. Wait till that killer app comes out and that's the right time. Yeah. But
although there will never be a sale and the prices will only go up.
Because of that, I feel like it might be a wise investment to get it now if you can swing it, because otherwise you're going to be paying $50 more soon here, and who knows how much you might be paying in like the coming years. But yeah, I think pace-wise, like they have because of like their situation, they've weathered the storm where others are starting to see like, you know, the devastation that's being wrought by all the different factors that are driving up prices right now, led by like AI, like the demand for AI memory and storage. And
but all this said, like it would be interesting to like quantitatively and more so qualitatively go back and look at the first year or two of every console launch and be like, which console really did have the best first couple years, you know, with lineups?
I mean, Breath of the Wild
with lineups.
Because I was going to say it might be the Switch.
Odyssey.
It might be the Switch 1,
Insane.
honestly.
Insane.
Or like maybe PS2.
Onimusha, I remember, was
but like PS3
I was a Resistance and Uncharted 1 person, so that was huge for me.
I don't know. It would just be interesting to look at that. But I feel like Switch 1 and PS2 maybe? Mm-hmm. Xbox had a decent launch lineup too. Yeah. But like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Switch 2 ain't it. No. But it'll get there.
Not yet.
It'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
They're running a marathon.
Yeah. And Nintendo loves that. Like they can afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that Mario, Don? Where's that Super Mario game?
Don't get me started. It's the most manipulative launch ever in any. That's the thing that hurts so bad about this. Nintendo.
Don, you are speaking the fucking truth, and people do not want to hear it. So
go
off, Don.
I'm not going to go too far off. I'm not going to go too far off. But I'm just going to say, I got to say, like Nintendo always was the company that made you feel like you were getting value and was somewhat treating you somehow respectful as a customer all throughout history. Like they just always delivered quality. They always delivered bug-free stuff. They always delivered a nice selection of things during launch, almost always, even when it was a small selection like N64 was very powerful, like just boom, 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 3 or 4 hits right out of the gate.
Showpiece.
Yeah. This here, think about the development of the Switch 2, right? Obviously the Switch 2, but we're going to the Switch Pro, we're going to call it the Switch 2. Okay. Think about the development of this Switch 2 that was delayed for years and years and years because of the success of the Switch 1. And during all this time, they didn't develop megaton hits that were for the Switch 2 that would be released within the first 6 months, year, 9 months. Now we're at 2 years.
Okay,
are you kidding me? And there's nothing on the horizon. Absolute zero. No 3D Mario. Nothing. So
Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World, 15 million copies. It is almost close enough to be 10th place on the all-time. It's just below.
I'm not saying
10th place on the all-time best-selling Switch 1 game.
It's the most manipulated success ever by guaranteeing success without producing anything for the customer. It's an abusive thing. They say, we're going to release this new console, which everyone's so thirsty to buy, and we're going to trickle out the games in a torturous manner that's going to force maximum amount of consumers to buy them because there's zero choices.
Starving.
So they're making a ton of money and we're just sitting here like fools. It's a horrible thing.
You got Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and Pokemon Legends ZA in year 1. And it came out halfway through the year already, 3 months after Switch 1 came out.
Donkey Kong Bonanza is no less than a 10 out of 10 masterpiece.
Yeah, it's already sold 5 million copies.
But Mario Kart World, the lack of...
Oh, and Kirby Air Riders. I forgot Air Riders.
This is... I'm going to bring in a game that people will laugh at. Whatever, I always do. But, we're talking about Mario Kart, one of the highest selling games of all time. The GTA levels of hype for Mario Kart. The lack of support for World is nothing less than offensive, especially when you look at other games like live service games even. And Mario Kart is not a live service game, but you look across the aisle to something like Fortnite that is constantly updating this game.
That's a different model
for the player.
Mario Kart.
So they let 8 sit for years before.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8 got nothing for.
But Mario.
But then they had
they had so many other games.
Mario Kart World got last updated on June 30th of this year. Updated 2 new knockout tour routes, photo sticker mode, character vehicle balance adjustments, and they are confirmed that 6 more knockout tour routes are planned for future updates. So they are doing updates to it.
Well, it's an open world game.
But they haven't done you're looking for the expansion. You're looking for where are the new racers, where are the new brand new courses, where are the where's the new modes and stuff. That's what you're asking for. And for Mario Kart 8, they didn't do that forever.
It's truly the bare minimum.
Especially when there's no other games.
Same with Mario Party, they don't even do this sometimes. It's Nintendo.
But that's a I don't know. I think you're letting them off the hook by saying, "Oh, they didn't do that 10 years ago, so it's fine that they're not doing it now." This is the sequel. This is the launch game for their brand new console. So to say, "Oh, because they didn't do it for 8, then it's fine now that they're not doing it for World." No, they should absolutely be doing it for World.
Nintendo's never done that for any of their games.
Here's the thing.
Well, for Mario Kart 8, though, the last 2 or 3 years when they were releasing the slew of DLC courses, that was free courses, that was incredible service to the fans. Are you kidding me? They saw how that model worked.
Yeah.
And so for them to purposely be completely ignoring that in the first 2 years of this new game, they know what they could be doing, even for money they could be charging, is just depraved.
I agree. I agree it's depraved.
They're going to do it. I think they're going to do it, just later.
I think it was hurt more.
Well, that's what I mean by manipulative success.
They're a giant. They move at a different time scale. They move at a different time scale.
But let's not let them get away with it.
It's purposeful.
Let's not give them a free pass because they're Nintendo. Because of how things work.
They're Nintendo, they should be doing quite the opposite. That's the thing. These are the kind of things I would expect from the other companies.
Exactly, Don.
Historically, Nintendo hasn't been this.
I don't personally enjoy Mario Kart World. Qualitatively, it was a boring game to me. But, stop.
I think we all agree on this.
But it was a very unique game that wasn't just trying to regurgitate. It wasn't like Mario Kart 8 2, which would have been the easy fast way to like just continue
fair.
it or whatever, or Mario Kart Ultimate, which was
took
like
a
they should have just done
swing.
that and made a Mario Kart Ultimate. They tried
It
something
wasn't Sonic
different.
Crossworlds either, though.
Sonic Crossworlds didn't sell well. Sega said that game didn't sell well enough, and that they're not going to probably do that again.
Critically, though,
But Mario Kart World
you gotta
apparently
kick its hats off.
the things that they did, I would say, give you that were manipulative, is that they made it part of a bundle. So a lot of those sales are because you could get it much cheaper by buying the bundle version. It only costs $50 that way.
Manipulated
instead of the
success.
full
There it
price.
is, Don.
That's true. But Nintendo's done that historically. They've done it in the past for a lot of things. The last time was Wii Sports. That game was such a juggernaut because it was packed in. But that's the point. We needed a killer app right away to help sell it. Mario Kart World was that. For 2 years leading up to the release of Nintendo Switch 2, we were like, what is the killer app for it? Mario Kart. Like go back and look at every friend code or whatever that was on. I was always like Mario Kart, Mario Kart. Like the thing that would make the most sense to sell systems is to put Mario Kart in there. Like they did the right thing.
It is one of the top performers always.
But not right performer. So if you're gonna do it, Nintendo, deliver the same way you deliver all the way back through history when you go, Zelda, Tears of the or Breath of the Wild is your launch game. Mario 64 is your launch game.
Be more specific. What did you want, Don, for the
It honestly-
what did you want in the launch window?
Was like
sorry, what?
quality
It'd be like
and not just like another like forgettable sequel.
It'd be like if GTA 6 came out and it's mid.
So
right.
Honestly, it's the same fucking thing. If GTA 6 comes out and it's mid,
you guys,
like, nah.
You guys are missing the forest for the trees here. It doesn't matter if Mario Kart is good. It doesn't matter if GTA 6 is good. It doesn't matter if Pokemon game runs at 4 frames per second.
Not to the shareholders,
it's going to sell
but the
billions of
consumers
copies.
it does.
It's going to sell millions of copies no matter what.
It used to be a box Nintendo would check, and that's now they're ignoring that. They're saying all we care about is the sales. We don't care if we're delivering something that's half of what it should be, and that we've always delivered in the past.
Let me speak because this helps your point a little, Don, to give you some support here. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe did sell more in the past quarter than Mario Kart World. So people did go back to Mario Kart 8 because that's been the narrative, is that people played Mario Kart World at launch, got their fill of it, did not feel like they had the longevity. Essentially, we don't get into the weeds here, but like people wanted traditional Mario Kart. There's no real way to play traditional Mario Kart. They even patched out the way in multiplayer to like do traditional style courses. It's like you know how Mario Kart World is. You do like one lap, go to another thing. It's a whole different track for the second lap, and the third one is that like they do it that way. They don't give you 3 laps of the same thing. Like people wanted that, so like people were clamoring for more traditional Mario Kart, but also like they think they just like felt that one played better, perhaps. But I guess like. To back to your thing, Don. Like I guess I need to like visualize. Would a Mario Kart game, just a different type of Mario Kart game that lived up to your like these expectations you had, would that have satisfied you?
Well, it's tough with Mario Kart because I think Mario Kart has never been a game where any of their sequels have been like, oh, this is like in the way Mario has, where it's suddenly like a revolutionary change in what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
what?
I mean, maybe unless you want to go back to like
Mario
when
Kart
it went from
DS
16-bit
absolutely
to 3D.
is like the pinnacle, in my opinion, of Mario Kart.
When has it ever made like such a technical or
Mario Kart
or
DS? First one to introduce online racing.
Right, that's what I mean. Unless you're going all the way back to when we're first going to 3D.
No,
but
Mario Kart
since it's been a
64 was way
3D
before
racer,
that.
when has it ever had an edition that did something so drastically different? Like there's like
just
mechanics
gave you
in
an
each one that you're like,
example.
oh, I
DS.
really like what Double Dash does. I like what this does. But they've never done something been like, oh, Mario 64. Oh, Mario Odyssey. Like, oh, this is something completely
like 3D
different.
Mario games we're talking about? Sorry.
No, I'm talking about any franchise. Mario Kart isn't a franchise that's
Breath of
ever
the Wild
made, like,
just was Switch and did like something that Zelda had, and like that was something different.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying all the other Nintendo franchises have done that, whereas Mario Kart is one of those franchises that's just been like an iteration of what it was before in a good way, like an improvement. But I don't think
they tried to
since
do
the
something
16-bit
open.
era,
They
did
might
try.
have
They
missed.
did try this
They
time.
might have
They did
missed
try.
with this, but they
Yeah.
definitely
I
tried.
guess.
They tried to do an
They did
open
try.
world Mario Kart,
Yeah.
and it didn't land. It didn't stick the landing.
Yeah.
I feel like
They did try.
They
I respect
that. Like I do think they tried. It just didn't like it's not the best. It's probably a bottom tier Mario Kart game in my opinion. But I won't fault them for like. I don't agree with that argument that they didn't try something more bold with it. Just didn't work out.
The good news is we have Ocarina of Time on the horizon for a whole new audience.
Yeah, I've never played it.
And for a returning audience. So we got that.
I remember.
One of these days, Don, one of these days, maybe, just maybe, Nintendo will make a legit Mario game. I know we had Wonder. I know. Wonder's a 10 out of 10 for me. I'm obsessed with it. But, like, we need the real fucking deal Mario
2D, you
game.
mean?
2D or 3D? What are you
3D.
talking about?
3D, baby. 3D, baby.
We are due for another.
We are due. We are
next one.
due.
Mario.
We are so overdue
I will lose my
for a
marbles
Mario
for
game.
3D Mario.
But as Isla alluded to, Nintendo is
I just hope Fire Emblem is
running their
good.
own marathon.
I'm excited for Fire Emblem. I don't love the Roman setting,
Yeah.
but like, obviously,
I
I
don't
don't think we'll really be messing with that from too
I
long.
just love talking to y'all about this shit.
I feel
It gives me life.
I feel like
It gives me-
there's not everything they've shown.
Actually-
of Fire Emblem.
Well,
is like
the direct
deceptive.
showed too much.
I think it's
at the
deceptive.
very
I
end.
think everything you see is like intentional in the beginning. I think
Yeah.
the majority of the
well,
game
they
is
they
being
even
hidden.
showed that there's a twist. There's a
I
time
think that
jump.
thing happens
Like,
in the beginning. I don't.
You think
I
it's
don't
like
think
you
that's
think
the
that's
majority
like
of the
3
game.
hours in?
I don't.
I hope so,
Nintendo
dude.
does not
I'm like,
do
why
that.
would you show me this?
The only time Nintendo's done something like that is for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. They revealed Fox was in it, probably because they were contractually obligated because of the actor. They like needed to
Yeah.
reveal what's his face. My God, Goose's son in Top Gun Maverick. Holy
Glenn
shit.
Miles Teller.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell.
Powell?
Thank you. God damn. The Twisters.
So on a cool note, this is a great segue actually. Speaking of Mario Kart, my manager at Lazy Dog had the best fucking story about Mario Kart actually, okay? So he has a 3-year-old daughter and they play Mario Kart together. They have a Switch 2 and he gave me like the best wholesome cool story of playing Mario Kart with her. So they're playing split screen and he looks to her and he goes, "Who do you want to be? Who do you want to play as?" And she says, "Mario." He says, "Okay." So what he does is, because she's like 3 years old, okay, doesn't know what the hell is going on, can barely hold the controller, right? He's like, "Okay, you can be Mario." He, though, plays as Mario to win the race and is like, "Look how good you did. You won as Mario. Like good job. Well done." Because he was playing as Mario, she was playing as like Luigi. She didn't even realize. So he's like going through, dude. He's like, "Oh my God, you're so good. Like, well done." I was like, I love that. I love that.
That's wholesome.
It was so jolly, so awesome. So
And yeah, Damiani, I just looked at the Fire Emblem Fortune Weave website. It literally says that you, the protagonist, are tasked with saving the world. You travel back in time to guide the heroes.
Adventures
So
of Elliot.
it definitely starts with post all that.
Yeah.
Which makes me worried that you see that ahead of time and then most of the game is in the Roman times. I don't know. We'll see.
Or some post-apocalyptic shit.
Well, it definitely does that too.
Yeah.
Because you're in the future. They showed that in the trailer that everything gets all
future.
fucked up. We don't want your future.
All right. We've got more to come. But if you've been enjoying this show so far, we love you so much. Comment, like, subscribe, ring the bells, all the stuff. Spread the word. We are easy allies. Thank you so much. It severely helps us. And now, a word from our sponsors.
If you've been sitting on a business idea, Shopify makes it easy to make it happen. Everything you need to start selling is included and ready from day one. Dias uno. How do you say day in Spanish, Don?
Dia.
Dia uno. Getting paid is already figured out because Shopify handles the setup and checkout. You have more time to focus on growing your business, and Shopify gives you the tools to go grab them when they're already thinking about buying something, including the moment your first customer is ready to pay. Shopify Checkout helps more of them finish their purchase, and when they come back, their details are already saved. One tap and they're done, and that is a sale in your pocket. That's good stuff. Shopify powers millions of businesses around the world, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to small businesses just getting started, which could include yours. So if you're dreaming about a company or a business or an idea or a shop selling the crafts that you make, anything, Shopify can help you start that and grow that. Turn that grind set on for your dang self. No more working for some big wig. Start your own thing and let Shopify help you out. With Shopify, nothing stands between your idea and a real business, so go make one. Start your free trial at shopify.com/allies. Once again, that is a free trial that you can start at shopify.com/allies. Start your free trial at shopify.com/allies today.
Alrighty, it is time for my one thing.
Woo!
But Damiani,
No.
have you started Attack on Titan rewatch?
No. I was about
Okay.
to click it, so I started watching something else. I'm rewatching House.
House MD.
House MD.
House
Yeah,
MD.
I needed like a palate cleanser. I needed like
Nice.
I've already seen all of it.
Such a dad move.
Yeah, but
Damiani's
You know what?
House.
Not a dad move. That's an uncle move. Your
Whoa.
uncle watches House.
it's been 14 years since it ended, so I'm like, damn, it's really been
Wow.
that long. I was like, shit.
Wow.
I'm kind of curious if it holds up or not.
Good grief.
Still pretty intriguing.
Yeah. What season are you on?
Just started like 2. Like I watched like you know,
Nice.
they're longer episodes and like I take it's a little bit more like cerebral, so like it requires a little bit more attention.
Cerebral
so
bore.
like I'm like I gotta fully devote my attention to it. So because of this, I gotta say this. I'm going to take a break from One Piece to let enough episodes build up because I cannot stand this week to week shit. I do not want to do this.
Yeah, with anime.
Because I already did it. I did such a bulk watch. I cannot switch gears. It's not like
It's so hard
I
with
just don't know the
anime.
motivation. I'm like, I don't want to watch one episode and then wait.
Every
I'm
week
like,
forever.
no.
Yeah.
So unfortunately,
I
I
feel
will
that.
be taking a break from One Piece until. So what I'm going to do is when Elbath ends
Elbath.
in like 10,000 years from now, I will rewatch. I'll go back to the beginning of Elbath because Netflix or Crunchyroll, which you use, has a nice little drop down menu that tells you Elbath arc part 1. You could go right back to the beginning. I will start from episode 1 of Elbath again and rewatch the first few episodes of Elbath. And to be, as a refresher,
Elbath.
and then go there.
Elbath.
Land of Giants.
Talking about
Land
Elbath.
of Giants,
Land of
dude.
Giants.
Yeah.
Oh!
Super Mario Brothers 3. Super Mario Brothers 3 World 4, of course, Damiani.
It is. Actually, there's like I was thinking of that
course.
immediately. I was like, dude, it's like Tiny Huge Island or whatever it's called, or Land or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That's a
Have
Mario
you
64
watched?
thing.
So you've seen 1,172 episodes, 4 OVAs, 14 TV specials, and 15 movies from One
I
Piece.
haven't watched all the movies either. I only watched a
Wow,
few of the
fake
newer
fan.
ones.
Fake
I watched
fan.
up
Fake
to
fan, dude.
like One
Jeez.
Piece Red was the most recent one. I watched that, like Gold, the other ones. But yeah, I didn't watch all of them. Yeah, a lot of the movies are like recaps or like it'll be like a whole arc or like one of them's the Chopper, the whole Chopper arc or whatever.
Get to the chopper!
No, the reindeer looking dude with the hat, like the little small dude with the antlers. Yeah.
All right, one of my favorite games to play of all time is Predator versus Luffy.
In his current form, Predator wouldn't have a chance.
You sure?
Absolutely would not have a chance
You're sure?
because Luffy has the power of a god.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
He's the
it's
sun
an
god.
anime
Nika.
show for
Yeah,
1,000
All right,
his
episodes.
white hair
All back
form,
down.
his
This,
Sith
this guy
gear.
could probably eat a
Like
planet.
the dude,
All back
like
down.
he just the dude's like unstoppable.
all right, okay.
Yeah.
Because if you can beat Predator, you got a high power level.
He also
You're up there.
Just normal
he wouldn't
humans
even
beat Predator
Huber,
routinely
he wouldn't even need
in
that. So
every
let me
movie.
explain something.
That's only because of the Stan Lee theory of the writer wanted the human to win.
Luffy can use
That's it.
hockey to make his body hard,
Whoever wins is whoever the writer wants to win. Stan
That's
Lee.
true. That's true.
Correct.
Whoever gets
Yeah.
the most
Correct.
prep time and can do the
Correct.
most traps.
Batman can
and
beat anyone.
Where the environment they're fighting in. So actually, you know what? Here, I'll give you one chance, Huber. If predators can fight in water, they will win.
Okay.
So they can fight Luffy underwater because in the
Sick.
ocean, devil fruit powers are negated in the ocean. They cannot fight in the
Whoa.
water. They can't swim. Luffy can't even swim. He'll
What?
drown.
So why the fuck are they pirates?
That's
So
the whole
Jaws
cost of
versus Luffy.
The devil fruit is that's a stakes, man. If pirates
Yeah.
with devil fruit powers, like damn, they're badasses.
The Achilles
you knock
heel.
them in the water though, they're helpless. So it's like, oh, it's a risk, you know.
I feel
Whoa.
like to be a sailor, you should know how to swim.
I mean,
It's kinda
they kind of
baseline.
point that out in the first arc when Luffy's origin. They're like, when he eats it, the Shanks's crew, who's kind of like staying at his home for a little while, they're like docking there. They freak out. They're like, Luffy, you don't understand. If you eat that, you can't swim. You want to be a pirate. You can't go out to sea now. And he freaks out. He like starts crying and has like a panic attack because he realizes he can't do that. But yes.
Wait, can they
So-
still shower and stuff?
Yeah,
They-
it's
these guys
seawater.
all stink?
Seawater specifically.
Oh, okay,
And then like they make specific like handcuffs made out of called sea prism stones that like can also bind you and restrict your power as well.
Okay.
So, there's kryptonite.
Mariner.
Yeah, there's kryptonite.
So Mariner from Waterworld, Kevin Costner,
Hell
would
yeah.
destroy Luffy.
Yes.
Destroy him.
Yeah.
Got it.
Dry land is a myth.
Dryland is a myth. Waterworld extended cut.
Tonight. I'll watch Waterworld. I've been wanting to watch Waterworld.
So sick. All right, who's got?
I got
thing?
one.
What do you got?
I got one because Huber's a faker, dude.
You got Cape Crusader.
Guess what?
Cape Crusader.
Guess what? I sat down and I watched the entirety of season 2 of Cape
Hell
Crusader.
yeah.
Literally, I threw on the first episode on a Friday,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'll just watch one.
Yeah.
Well, like while I'm letting dinner settle or whatever it was,
Yeah.
whatever. I was feeling a little tired that day anyway. And then that episode ended, and I was like, one more.
One more.
And then that episode
more.
ended, one more.
One more.
Watched the entire season
Hell yeah.
in one. I didn't even get up.
I love that.
Didn't even go to like. I was raptured. I was enraptured.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Batman Cape Crusader.
I love
It
that.
is so good. It is so good, dude.
Yeah.
And you are a faker.
I'm gonna get back. I'm not because I'm reading Absolute Batman. So
Okay,
you're
all
a
right.
faker.
I'm
reading
reading
the source.
Poison Ivy.
I'm reading the source.
And I was reading a Carmilla comic the other day.
Nice.
But
I'll
yeah,
get to Cape Crusader. I'm just so busy with my backlog. You know how it is.
Batman Cape
I
Crusader.
gotta play all these video games to talk about on this podcast, Tyler. Just so
Yeah,
you know.
I don't have any.
Just so you know. I'm
Hey, I
playing
played
10
2
games
hours
a
of
week.
Tokon and you didn't play
Yeah.
any.
I played the beta.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
there you go.
All right.
Yeah. Too many games. Too many
We got
games.
a really intense energy.
Too many
today.
games.
But anyways, if you don't know, Batman Cape Crusader is inexplicably on Amazon Prime.
From Bruce motherfucking Tim.
From Bruce Timm. It's like literally the spiritual successor to Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
More so than any of the other 100 things that have been spiritual successors of the animated series has ever been. What's
Except Batman
interesting?
Beyond.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because that literally is. But what's interesting about this one is it's sort of like it's like really noir.
Yeah.
Like almost maybe kind of takes place just in the 40s.
Totally.
Like sort of. Like
I
it's
watched
not clear.
Most of season 1 and it was like so detective-y, which is
yeah.
my
But,
favorite
like,
kind of Batman.
It's Batman as kind of he's it's not adhering to year 1 or any of the other kind of like things necessarily, but he's been doing it for a little while in season 1, but he's still kind of a little rough under the collar, wet under the collar, whatever it is. Like trying to do it all alone, like trying to do this and that and like kind of learning the ropes still a little bit, which like I really like this period of Batman because
Yeah.
and he's doing good
Year
detective
2.
stuff. Yeah, like year 2 Batman. He's doing good detective stuff. He's doing like really interesting stuff. And what's really, really nice about this show that I truly love, and I'm sure somebody out there hates, but like it's very diverse. They kind of spin a lot of the characters and change a lot of the characters
Penguin.
up. Penguin is a woman.
Yeah. So hype.
Different characters are, like different kind of reimaginings of their normal origins. Like, what's
Batman is the number one reason why I'm not a psycho
Wet behind the ears, thank you.
about adaptations. Like, anyone that is a psychopath about, like, well, in the book,
Yeah.
well, in the original,
Right.
chill out.
Yeah, you need to cool it.
Chill out. Like, things are adaptations. Like, adapt the thing to your own and do your own thing. Like, it's fine.
And you haven't.
that is Batman is the sole reason that I have forever been okay in my life with different interpretations of the same story.
Yeah.
Like, it is because of Batman.
Well, and that's like basically the project of Caped Crusader is reinterpretation.
Yeah.
Like everything gets a reinterpretation.
Yes.
Like pretty much every character is a different version of what you're used to.
Yeah.
And like the whispers of it are still there, but it's so interesting because what that does, what it affords the show is it can really play with your expectations in interesting ways.
Yeah.
Like they'll set stuff up. Also like hard R.
Oh, yeah.
Like and like it has LGBTQ representation. It's got good racial diversity. It's got swearing. It's got blood, violence. Like people will just get gunned down
Hell yeah.
like a low dog
Gun him down.
in the street.
And
like- And it feels like the stakes are so high.
Yeah.
And Batman's suit is just cloth.
Love it.
Like he'll just get bloodied,
Yeah.
dude. Batman will come home from a fight and he just looks like a piece of shit. Like he got beat up.
Love that.
And then Alfred will just be like, all right, like bandage
night.
him up. Yeah,
Rough
and he'll
night,
just be
Bruce.
like, maybe you should stay in, Master Bruce.
Yeah.
And then he'll just be like, no, I can't.
Hell yeah.
And also, I know I'm going on and on, but like, I really love when he plays Bruce Wayne, like, just a total like airhead piece of shit.
Favorite.
And it's so funny in this.
Yeah.
Like his Bruce
Just a
Wayne.
bumbling buffoon.
His Bruce Wayne in this is like
Yeah.
so intentionally, like oafish and sexist and like a womanizer and like to the extent that like some of his closest allies
like,
as
yo.
Batman
Yeah.
will be like, I hate that guy.
I love that.
And it's like part of the costume, right?
Yeah.
It's so good.
rules.
Cape Crusader is just excellent.
Hell yeah.
And I implore everyone to get it to try to watch it. Bruce Vane
yeah.
is very funny.
Prime Video.
Yeah, it's on Prime, which is so
Season 2
weird. But
is out.
yeah, the whole thing was out. I pushed play on episode 1 just thinking it'd be
Yeah.
weekly.
When something comes out with all the episodes, it makes me not want to watch it because
I
it's
know.
too overwhelming.
I know you get upset about
And then
that.
and then immediately when it's out, the only things you see are like the ending explained.
right.
And it's like, all right, it's
There's
nope,
a thing
much.
toward
Too
the end of
much.
this season that I very much want your opinion on.
for sure.
I'm
I'm
really interested.
trying to binge it, but I'm just watching X-Men right now. I'm trying to get
I
through
haven't watched that yet.
Yeah.
I've only seen like the first half of season 1 of
Trying to get through
97.
X-Men, trying to get through Tales from the Crypt. I've been watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Tales from the Crypt.
Batman is not horny though, but Bruce Wayne is. Yes.
Oh
Jack.
yeah, I actually have my tickets. I bought 4 seats, so my girlfriend and I don't have to sit next to anyone for the Batman.
The Batman.
Matt
2?
Reeves, part 1.
They're playing it again.
Yeah, next month.
Is that
Because I
going to
took
sell
her
out?
to see Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises both in theaters. Now they're also playing The Batman.
Hell yeah.
So and it was $5 tickets.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, oh, I'm buying 4.
okay.
I'm buying 4 seats.
I was like, you always hate
Yeah,
how expensive movie tickets are, and you're buying 4 tickets.
$20.
That's $100.
$20 total.
That's the price of 1 ticket.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was like, sorry for the people that didn't buy these, but you can watch it at home, I guess, because I'm buying 4 seats. So
maniac.
I got those locked down. Yeah. Don, what do you got?
My one thing this week was Rocket League. Got back into it as I do about my annual revisit to Rocket League. Get obsessed for like a week and that does it, and then I'm off again.
You're a maniac.
And it was really fun because this week has actually been fun. So I got back into Rocket League because I've been doing 3v3s. I've always done 2v2. Always to the point that I forgot you even have other options.
Yeah.
You do 3v3, 4v4, all kinds of crap. So it changes it up quite a bit. It's just such a fun physics playground. It never gets old.
Absolute masterpiece.
And yeah, there's always some new stages to like check out and stuff they've added. So it's
a 10 out of 10 classic.
So fun to check in. Yep.
Wow. Sick. I cracked the seal on my Blood and Wine playthrough, going through that because Songs of the Past confirmed at Gamescom. And I fortunately, as I documented, I had started my Witcher 3 replay earlier in the year before they announced it, and then they announced it, so I'm just like, perfect timing. And then I was saving Blood and Wine because I was like playing other games, but now because Gamescom's coming up, I'm like, I need to fully close this loop, finish it off. Blood and Wine. I want to be primed for Songs of the Past. Also, watching what could be my favorite show of the year right now. We're halfway through about Furious. It is a Hulu original. It is about a female serial killer who you are rooting for.
Is this good? I was
it's
wondering
a 10.
if this was good.
It's actual 10.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
10
I saw the
Yeah.
pitch and the log line, and I was like, this sounds like it could be cool.
A legitimate 10 out of 10. It's my favorite crime show since like Task and Mayor of Easttown. True to like that level of like, this one is special.
We got a Mayor of Easttown on our hands?
This is incredible. Like, Emmy Rossum, she was in Shameless for a long time. She's like the FBI agent tasked with tracking down this serial killer. But it's one of those things because the serial killer has like a good motivation.
Good reason.
Where it's like you as that's the best when you're the audience, you're just like, this person is killing people, but also like, you're killing bad people.
They're bad man.
Yeah.
It's like a Dexter situation.
Exactly.
Okay, but girls.
Exactly.
Girl Dexter.
Yes.
I can get on board with that.
Yeah. Taking people out, and you don't feel any remorse for the people she's taken out. So you're like,
do you think it'll go like Hannibal, where it's like the cop is sort of like,
the cop has
gay
her,
and we're in
she
love.
has her own issues. So
Okay.
It's really good.
Did you
Scoot's
see-
in there. Scoot McNairy's in there. Scoot is in there as her like partner person. Yes, it's so good.
Third time's kind of the charm.
But also weekly show, thankfully.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like, because it's a lot to process.
Did you see the clip?
Yeah.
Did you see the clip of some press conference recently with Hannibal actors, where the
Don't do this to me.
Will cop, whatever his name is,
Hugh Dancy.
Hugh Dancy.
Don't do this to me.
Like someone was asking like if they were in love, you know, and Hugh Dancy was like, it was like, I think that they loved each other maybe as friends, and then Mads Mikkelsen just looks at the camera and he's like,
yeah, come on.
he's like,
Mads was obsessed. Mads was so in love.
yeah. Oh, Hannibal, dude! God damn it! That
Hannibal
show
and
is still
Mindhunter.
so like disturbing.
Oh, bring them both back. They finally like 100% put the nail in Mindhunter's
Oh yeah.
tomb. It's never coming back.
Yeah.
But Hannibal, they always talked about maybe doing one other thing.
Yeah. They need to land the plane on that.
Do one more. Would you want it to be a limited series
I want
revival
everything to be
or
a
a
limited
movie?
series.
Or a movie? Which would you prefer?
Probably a limited series in that
Okay.
case, like
Yeah.
4 episodes.
Yeah.
Slightly longer than a movie,
Yeah.
but not. I want everything to be a limited series. I don't want seasons.
Furious is a limited series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Limited, one and done.
And I'm on board.
Yeah. Alrighty, it is time. We are ready to dive into kind of a spin-off, sequel, prequel, something. Blood is going to tell us all about it. Splatoon Raiders. Bloodworth, this is the most hyped I've been on Splatoon since Splatoon 1 launched.
Nice. It's funny because
Sell me
I've
on
seen a lot of
this.
people being like super positive on this one, like their favorite
'Cause,
Switch 2 game, their favorite game of the year, like
Holy
all this
shit.
craziness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Someone had the gall to say that I would like it. That's insane.
We're out of the PvP realm and we're into more of a PvE situation, which is a huge sell up top for a huge swath of gamers. So Bloodworth, please tell us about Splatoon Raiders, how it's different and how it's treating you.
Yeah, so the reason I didn't get in for it last week is like I wanted to put more time into it, and so I did manage to beat it over the weekend. You might have already heard, but in classic Splatoon fashion, like the last boss battle and finale is a banger.
Sick.
But so the main number one difference is that this does not have the normal competitive multiplayer aspect whatsoever, right? It is designed for you to be able to play as a single player campaign. But then once you get a certain amount of way in there, then they start like encouraging you to like team up and do things co-op with people. So it's like
so a long onboarding.
I mean, because like I played it all solo. Like I actually haven't played with anybody yet.
Oh wow!
But at once you get to a certain point, then it's like, you can push this button to like go help people, right? And then you just jump into other people's games and help them get in there and get more resources or whatever. Or similarly, like you can ask for help. Another thing that they do too is that like once you get so far in, then they like unlock like spicy versions of levels, like the hard mode,
Nice.
And each level has like a recommended level for your character, so you know how deep you're getting in, how sweaty it's gonna get.
Got it.
But this is the style of the gameplay is kind of similar to the Salmon Run Horde mode from the last two games, but it's not quite that intense because Salmon Run gets like super intense, super fast, and this definitely still gets intense. It has its moments, but a lot of the levels are fairly chill, like 5-minute quick level, right?
Nice.
And one of the things I think that like I like about it and that really like steps it up compared to like past single player modes, because the single player has always been good, but in the past I've always felt kind of like the single player was kind of disconnected from the world. It was like I'm just in a bunch of like boxes and floating around and stuff like that.
Sure.
And this has you still kind of like on constrained islands. You're in like an island chain that you're going through. But like it just feels like it's more natural. Like it feels like you're in a place and you're moving from island to island and level to level. And you also have a hideout, Huber. You have like a ship.
Nice. Because gotta have a hub.
Yeah, because what happens is like you're with Deep Cut, which is one of the bands from the past games, and you are their helicopter pilot / mechanic. And so when you go to these islands, because they are, raiders, treasure hunters, etc., your helicopter crashes, and then your character, the mechanic, like basically builds them like a makeshift boat, but they don't want to leave until they get treasure. So like you're still there. And so as you kind of progress through the story and get enough resources, then you can like upgrade your hideout, and like you can make new stations to like make new gadgets and augment your weapons and all of this stuff, and just build and build and build.
How much lore are we talking here, Blood? I mean, as a Splatoon enthusiast as you are, you have put a lot of time into this entire franchise. Is this are they making a point to place this somewhere in the timeline? I know Nintendo is kind of sketchy when it comes to timelines, Damiani. Have they committed to like, is this a prequel, a sequel?
I would say it's most likely happened after the last 3 games.
Most likely, so like, unconfirmed.
There could be.
I love how complicated this Splatoon lore is.
Yeah, I like, but that's what I'm saying is that like, there's not a lot of references to like things that have happened in the past. Like they reference, going back to Splatsville and all that stuff, but they don't really talk about the story, the plot points of things that happened, right?
Got it.
And
classic Nintendo.
It's more the story of the place that you're discovering, right? And so
cool.
Every level that you go through will have like a couple of like pages of just like little like 3 sentences of lore or whatever. And so like that's one of the collectibles that you pick up. And similarly, so kind of the way it's set up in single player is you have your character, but then you like in the very beginning of the game you find like this drill robot, right? And that's kind of part of like getting your loot is like you use the drill robot to like drill into these crystals and collect crystals. And one of the members of Deep Cut is piloting that robot. So anytime you go out on a
Obsessed
run,
with Deep Cut.
Deep Cut.
That's
a good fictional band.
you choose what kind of tank that you're going to be in, or that you're going to use, and the tanks are like speed, power, and like tactical. And those
Like a Metal Slug style tank or like a tank on your back?
your ink tank.
Got it.
So those will determine which gadgets that you can equip. And you also, pick your weapons, of course. But one of the other things that you choose is which other character is going to go in that drill robot, and then whatever their special move is like basically your super, right? So if you go with Shiver, then you launch the giant shark at a group of enemies. If you go with Fry, then there's just eels that rain down from the sky and kind of hit like a wide area, but it's kind of random, right? So
Chain lightning.
yeah,
Not at all like chain lightning.
not at all.
I just think of eels like lightning, like blah.
Yeah.
More
Chain
eels,
lightning
not
comes
electric
from you
eels.
and then
Yeah,
chains to
sure.
other guys.
But anyway, so whichever one of those that you have accompany you, like there's kind of like a hidden meter of like your relationship, your bond with that character. And so when it gets up so high, then they'll drop a little cutscene and a page about that character's backstory as well. But yeah, so there's different styles of levels. So there are levels that are basically like point A to point B, get through the level, find a couple of collectibles, find the treasure at the end, you're done, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
There are other levels that are more like just like one layer of like survive the horde and you're done. And then there are other levels that are like 3 waves of hordes essentially. So it's like you do a wave, you drill down, you do another wave, you drill down, you do another wave. And usually the third wave on those has like some big like boss variant of one of the enemies that's like really hard to take down, that has like, so like the first 2 waves you're like going against the timer, and then the third wave like you have to defeat that boss within the timer.
Got it.
And then one of the other collectibles that you get is a compass, and so you like go around the map and try to find like where a hidden level is. And those hidden levels, each one like uses a different weapon or gadget, and so it's kind of like a puzzle level. To like,
Cool.
You've got to like use that gadget in the right way to like clear your way to the end of the level.
I love that.
Yeah, and each one of those
How-
gives you an extra skill point to like upgrade your tanks and gadgets and stuff like that.
Yeah. PvP and PvE are just so different. I mean, let's bring up Destiny, for example, right? Like Crucible PvP is entirely different than like you doing story missions.
Mm-hmm.
How does the Splatoon gameplay change in Raiders versus like the PvP you're used to? Are you still like zipping all over the place, shooting, trying to cover as much ground as you need, going into the ground and burrowing? Is that still the kind of the main gameplay flow, Blood, or does it play considerably different?
Yeah, I'd say,
than
I mean,
normal Splatoon?
Again, it's more akin to Salmon Run, which was a different mode that was a PvE mode to begin with, right? I was actually surprised that there's no point where they do any kind of mechanic of like use ink to cover as much ground. Like the ink is simply like a mobility mechanic now.
So they don't really encourage it. It's mostly up to you to be like, oh, I want to go faster, so I'm going to start covering the ground.
You cover the ground because the enemies will like lay down their ink as well, and so you're slow in enemy ink, right? So like in the cutscene or in the shots here, like the purple is the character's ink and the yellow is the salmonid ink.
Can you change the color of the enemy's ink in this?
You cannot change the enemy's color, no.
That enemy, it's like putrid, like pus green yellow.
Exactly.
It's vile. It's like it's like grossing me out to look at it.
That's why you want to cover
really
it up.
Nasty.
Yeah.
It's so icky to me.
It's very phlegm looking, yes.
Yeah, it's fucking
Which
nasty,
I think that might be the lore though. Like literally they talk about there's the steel head Like what it does is it blows up a balloon bomb, like a water balloon basically, and like shoots it at you. So to defeat it, the only way what you have to do is you have to like shoot the balloon while it's inflating. But it literally like in the lore, because you also unlock lore for each enemy as you defeat them.
Nice.
It's like, oh yeah, he's got a tube in his mouth and he's just like spraying saliva into this tube to inflate the balloon.
So it's literally like their snot.
Yeah, it's salmon,
And their
snot,
mucus.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Love that. Love it. Love it.
We have a neighbor, total aside, we have a neighbor that like twice a day, like clockwork, at like 2 o'clock and like 8 or 9 p.m., like, which happens to be right around when we eat. Just the nastiest, like coughing, like, and he does it out on the patios behind our apartments. So like everyone on our side of the complex can just hear this dude. And we also think he smokes like the nastiest smelling weed. Like, I'm no prude, I don't give a shit. But it's like getting to the point where it's like Sophia and I are like,
Where it's invading your life.
right, and
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
like, how do we ask the front
You gotta
desk
go
about
stare
this?
at him.
Well, but that's
Passive
the thing.
aggressive. You gotta stare at
that
somebody
works for
bothering
you, but like we can't like invite the wrath of some phlegmy man.
Just be like, yo, what is going on? Give him
We don't want him to know where we live.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean,
We would have to like.
Yeah, no,
leave
I have
him
the, I
know
have the
some
same
neighbors.
issue with smells. And like we get smells sometimes. And like, man, who the heck is
Oh, yeah.
who's smoking right now? This
Ormond
sucks.
over here.
Dude, I put like one of those cold weather like cotton filled whatever insulative kind of pillow things that goes on the foot of your door, right? I put it at the front of or on the bottom of our main apartment door to try to keep the smell of this guy's sticky icky out in the hallway.
Right.
But it comes from all
Yeah,
angles.
I mean,
You
for
can't
us, it's
escape
because
it.
we don't have central air. So like at night, we want to open the windows, but sometimes they're like, nope, got to shut that real quick. So
Damn.
I lived with a cigarette smoker, so like weed will never, ever even come close to bothering me because cigarettes. are fucking gross.
Normally weed I'd tolerate. This guy has some kind of fucking super blend that is just like it's like chronic or
Super
something. It's
blend.
fucking weird
If it
smelling.
smells
dude.
bad,
it
it's
smells
bad. It's a bad blend.
weed. Yeah,
it's a bad blend.
it's like cheap shit or something
Yeah.
because it smells like nasty, like not good. I've lived with stoners.
Yeah.
All of Chicago, everyone I interfaced with was
Forever.
a massive stoner. Like
I
I
lived
am
in San
fine with
Francisco.
weed smoke. This stuff smells wrong, dude. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like meth or something, but it's weed and mixed with something. Sorry to totally derail
just
this.
completely off.
That phlegm is sending me, dude.
Blood.
This nasty phlegm is freaking me out.
Blood, you were talking about leveling up your character, and each level is a different level. What do you get from leveling up in Splatoon Raiders?
So there's a few different things. Like, when you get the skill points, it's kind of your basic stuff where like your weapon power, your gadget power, how many things that you can equip on a gadget, because you get these little modifiers for your gadgets, and then health as well. But that was the other thing I wanted to talk.
Level up your health. Fundamentals
Yeah.
every time. Health and damage, it's done. It's all you need.
Nah,
And
stamina.
you'll win.
Stamina every time.
You win the game, health
Stamina
and damage.
first until you realize, oh shit, I should have been raising my health.
One of the other upgrades,
Health every
Huber, is
time.
that each one of
Max
those
health.
tanks, like as you use it and get the salmon eggs with it, it has a meter that goes like it was close to the end of the game before like I started like filling them up. And when you like fill up like a tank, then you can start using perks from one of the other tanks. So you can basically have like a combo tank of like, oh, now I can have 2 like power gadgets, but then I can also have like 1 speed gadget as well.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. But the gadgets are the main thing here. So like the normal weapons are pretty much like your standard like Splatoon options. There's a lot of really cool weapons and they're really fun to like look at up close because it's kind of like Rescue Rangers where they're like built out of all kinds of crazy like, soap bottles and pulleys. And,
Good call out.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Inspector Gadget, actually, but nice. Rescue Rangers for sure.
Yeah. And so like just looking at all of the different weapons is really fun to do when you get a new one. But the gadgets are really where this game is at. So you can equip 2 gadgets at any time until you upgrade to where you can get a third. So like I said, there's the power weapons where like you have the ones where like you can like jump up in the air and smash down. You have one that's kind of like a hatchet, and you have others are like bombs and stuff like that. You have the speed weapons, And then you have the tactical weapons and like the basic thing with tactical is like there's like a turret, drop a turret down, right? Or there's another one that's like it sends out like a spider web of ink, so it starts off with like 5 webs that go out, and then as you upgrade it, like you can get like more and more webs, and you can also have them like reflecting off of surfaces and casting burn and all kinds of craziness like that. So it's really good for like crowd control. Like just drop one of those things in one direction, focus on shooting in the other direction. And that's kind of the fun thing is to like see what kind of perks that you can add onto these gadgets and figure out which ones are your best. There's another one that's basically like Vampire Souls Garlic. You've got like this little like set of satellites spinning around you. And you know, I was telling you about those special stages. The version of the satellites that they had for that special stage was like super maxed out. I'm like, yo,
So brutally hard. Cool.
So I was like, what do I
quick-
need to do to like make my satellites look like those? Yeah.
Quick question to get Damiani in here. Damiani is a Nintendo enthusiast, but not usually a PvP enthusiast. Has the genre switch with Splatoon Raiders enticed you to want to take a peek?
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to hop in here?
Not anytime soon, but I will say
yeah,
like what
yeah.
has been shown of Splatoon Raiders like felt more appealing to someone like me. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't normally be drawn to a game like Splatoon outside of like, you know, I played the
Sure.
original at E3. And I was like, wow,
Yeah,
this is actually
dude.
this is kind of fun. But it was also a point where it's like Nintendo had been making a lot of new IPs. It's like they need a new IP, and they made this. It's like, dang, this feels like it's going to be something special, and it, you know, and ended up being
Yeah.
that. But honestly, like I was like, I've always wanted like more of a single player campaign, and they have done those before. I just, yeah, I just never have like jumped into one. I just like have never taken
Yeah.
like the plunge, you know, or the dive, I guess to say for this.
Yeah.
But this looks like probably like the most comprehensive attempt at it, you know, to draw people in and streamline it a pathway into onboarding you eventually into like playing with other people, and then maybe, you know, because of the co-op nature you're saying that comes into play later on, and then maybe if you like enjoy like co-op, maybe you'll like play in competitive. So I'm glad to see this, and like again, the everything Blood said, but also like the directs they've done before in the previews, it looked, you know, pretty intriguing. But there's
Sick.
yeah, it feels like if I go into that and I want to, it's like I would have to like get invested in the like in multiplayer. Like I'm not really looking for any other multiplayer games right now. So
Got
that's
it,
kind of
got
like
it. Yep.
working a little bit against it right now. But I
Sure.
do, if there was like some time or it would be like, you know, easy to jump in for me with my schedule.
Like
I
I
would
said,
like to
though,
jump
Damiani,
in.
like I played like multiplayer like one time to just like try it. You know, it's like oh, that help button's there. Let me hop in and play with some people. And I just you know, partly because I wanted to talk about it this week. Is like I just need to keep making
Yeah.
progress.
Yeah.
But
That's
oh
so
yeah,
cool
the
you can play
surfboard. I
it all
forgot
single
about that. There's
player.
the surfboard that's in there now that like you can. It's just like a little mechanic to go from some of the islands to others. And there are also arcade games that you can unlock, Huber.
Uh-oh.
Like you spend resources to unlock arcade games at your base. And I thought I wasn't going to finish this game because I was addicted to the mining game. You're like just
Oh my
drilling
God.
down and like trying to get as far as you can and
Yes.
pick up extra like time as you go. And like
Yes.
anytime you hit the wall, you're like, crap.
Like replaced. Yo, we're gonna have a goatee for best arcade games within a game.
Wow.
Because replaced has some fun ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Love that. Awesome, Blood. I love how much you got out of this single player because it did seem like a co-op horde mode type multiplayer game, but the fact that you could play through pretty much the entire game solo is definitely a positive for a lot of people, including myself, that you can just, you know, go in multiple ways. Any other closing takes on Splatoon Raiders Bloodworth?
I don't think so. I mean, like I said, like there are some cool bosses. Oh, there's one other level type that I didn't mention. That it's you're basically just mining crystals, and so there's like one big crystal like in the center.
Donkey Kong.
But before you can
Yeah.
before you can mine the big one, you've got to like get up enough resources from the other one. So you're like kind of going around and mining in circles until you get enough. And there's an interesting risk reward there, Hugher, because the longer that you're doing one of those levels, the more value you get out of each crystal. Like it will max out at like 2 times value, but also the enemies get harder. So
Nice,
like you can
okay.
stay longer. Like once you're like halfway
Staying
up,
all the way.
yeah, you can like once you're halfway up, then you can mine the big crystal. But if you stick around, like you can get more crystals out of it. And again, that's how you unlock things like the arcade games. So
Fun.
you want those to do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, Blood. This is so high on my radar. It's so high on my list. But like Damiani was saying, just how busy, you know, how big the backlog is at all times.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
It just kind of gets slotted a little. You know, keeps getting slotted further down. But yeah, I really want to play Splatoon Raiders, dude. And you did not help me at all today, man. Because now I want to play it even more. How long was it about?
Again, because I was like addicted to that minigame. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'd have to look
Yeah.
and see what the Switch tells me. Like, yeah.
So,
But like I played it for about 2 weeks. So
nice.
Yeah.
Sick. Awesome, Blood. Splatoon Raiders out on Switch 2 now. Another Switch 2 great exclusive. They've been doing well this year. They've got a lot of exclusive hits.
yeah, Orbital's coming up pretty soon.
Orbital, so hyped for Orbitals. Oh my goodness.
It looks so good.
It looks so, it cannot wait. One of my most anticipated for the remainder of the year for sure. Let's talk about a GOTY contender for sure.
Big one!
We're talking about Big Walk. It is taking the world by storm.
Dude.
In Easy
haven't felt like
Allies
this.
wheelhouse here, we've got a lot of, we've played a lot of games like this over the years.
Yeah.
And I think, Isla, we know right away what we're dealing with. And I think right away,
Yeah.
we knew we were in for something special with Big Walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so many games like this lately, and this isn't even
Yeah.
like a dig on those other games, but
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, like you said,
We bring up Peak, we bring up RV There Yet, which
you
are
start-
the most recent
Right.
of this style.
you start that game and you're like, I know what this is.
Yeah.
I've already played this entire game in my head.
Yeah.
And like you can be surprised after that.
Yeah.
But this game, it like is the perfect combination of everything I love in games.
Yeah.
Where it's like a mysterious world, wordless exploration,
Chills.
puzzle solving,
Yeah.
emergent kind of like, what if we try this and it pays off
Yeah.
kind of energy.
Chills.
And then you just
Full
make
chills.
you make it multiplayer, and the limitation, like we all commented on it at first, where the proximity mic,
You have to be like right here.
it was the most, it is the most proximity mic
Yeah.
I have ever experienced in a video game. Like 10-foot fall off,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
And like at first we were all like, that's really intense.
Race. Yeah.
But it
The
all
directional audio too.
the
It's
directional
like you're
audio,
over here.
but
Yeah.
then like it all becomes so clear why they made these choices, and like it all comes together in this perfect package of like just jolly enough, just mysterious enough, just goofy enough, and just like smart enough and challenging enough. And like I said a second ago, just like it really, really rewards thinking
And
like
teamwork.
and teamwork.
Yes.
And like you can set something that's really cool, because I hosted the game. I don't know if you guys saw this, but like when I started hosting, it says, okay, are you playing with 2 players, 3 players, or 4 or more,
Right,
4
right.
plus players? And like what that tells me is, okay, these puzzles have variance depending on how
Totally.
many players you
Correct,
have.
yeah.
yes.
And
for
like
sure.
that is so good and
Yeah.
so smart, and you can play it with up to 12 people.
That's wild. That is wild.
And I just love the look of it.
I imagine it's so easy to just separate when you
Oh
have
my
12
god.
humans.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Because with 4, it's like,
Wrangling-
okay, I'm just following. Anytime I play games like this with you, Isla, I'm just like, I am not doing anything but following Isla. That is
Yeah.
it. I am just, anywhere she is, I will go wherever you are. I will follow.
And I just assume there will be moments where we will just lose Damiani. None of us will know where Damiani is.
But we turned and you were gone that one
Yeah,
time.
that was like a Blair Witch moment.
That was
That
so
was a game
scary,
mechanic.
Damiani.
We thought there's like, we were waiting for like, are there like enemies in this game? Or is there like something
We were like, where
lurking
did
in the
you go?
dark?
Yeah. I was like, I'll just head back straight line to the thing.
And we knew, we were like, she
And I
probably
fell
went
off a
straight
cliff.
there.
I fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because that's the thing for me is like when you're in a group of like 3 or 4, like if somebody goes missing, then it's like, oh, where'd Isla go? But if you're in a group of 10 people and somebody goes missing, it's like how long till somebody notices that somebody
Right.
Well, and Chad had my perspective on that, so I was just like, everybody's lost but me. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So the brief premise is it's kind of a mist.
Kind of.
You wake up in this, you spawn into this kind of tutorial little home area, and then you go out on your titular big walk. And there are a couple locations throughout the whole map where you need to insert these gourds, which are basically like these keys.
Yeah.
So
the funny thing is, Hubert, there are now multiple writers like asking everybody, like, "Hey, what did your group call these things?"
Oh, funny.
Because again, it's like there's not a name for it, so like every group is just coming up with their own name. Like we immediately went with gourds, and that just made sense to us. And it's like, no, other people don't call them that.
Yeah.
The bobble and stuff.
Yeah. So you have to find and then solve puzzles to obtain the gourds, and then you put the gourds into their slots, which then unlocks a key, and then you use the actual key to reveal and explore a new area of the map, and that's basically the game.
It's like I cannot state enough, like
the puzzles.
But just the deft. Like when you're playing a game and you just almost immediately realize that you're in the hands of masters,
100%.
and like where like all the choices and the way the choices or information is presented to you is handled so deftly. Like the flare thing, for instance, or the night vision camera, as we thought at this time it was. You just find these things and you're like, okay, what I don't know what's that for. And then later on you realize the flare lights up the area at night and is really good if you get separated, because you could be like, I'm over here. Yeah. And then you realize that camera illuminates items, which at first we were like, all right, that's cool. We can track each other with that. And then later when we kept dropping stuff off of a tower and we're like, shit, I threw the binoculars off this tower.
Yeah, I dropped the key.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, we have a camera that shows us where we dropped items.
Yeah.
And like the game doesn't explain that to you with 1,000 tutorials, Tokan.
No.
But like 40 minutes to get through the tutorial on Tokan this morning.
For sure.
But like it's a fighting game. Different game, obviously, weird comparison. But like this, people say emergent, whatever, storytelling, but this is like emergent information, emergent puzzle.
Yeah.
Everything I love about video games is because it's experiential. Mm-hmm. It's immediate, it's hands-on, it's experiential, and it's player-driven. Yeah. You are figuring things out. You are coming up with how your team is going to communicate with each other, what you're going to call things blood with, like the gourds. Like that is the missing piece, I think, to a lot of games, especially a lot of multiplayer games, where it's, putting the onus on the players to create their own lexicon, their like fill the canvas of your world with their thoughts and feelings and experiences, and like that's what makes this so immediately memorable to me.
Yeah,
like
it really is the.
I haven't felt about
story.
Like this about a game in so long.
Yeah,
I feel so good about this game.
It's such magic. The blueprints of
of 2026
for sure,
and it's so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about my favorite puzzle really quick.
Yeah.
The one where
I know
you
you're
went
going to
into the
say
soundproof room.
There's this one. Yeah.
That one was so cool.
Yeah.
And, like I was already so high on the game. I was like, these puzzles are fantastic. This group dynamic is so fantastic. That puzzle was so memorable. It was like, this is one of my favorite puzzles of 2026. Easily. Not even one of my favorite puzzles. that entire thing was one of my favorite just video game moments of 2026 so far. So if you don't know, there is a soundproof room. Isla went in. We didn't know it was soundproof. We had to realize because she's in there.
I'm talking the whole time.
Yeah, we're outside. We don't know. We don't hear a thing. We open it. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, yo, I think this room is soundproof. We didn't hear it. She's like, oh, I was talking that whole time. I'm like, yeah, we didn't hear a thing.
It's the green room done in a little bit.
So she's in the soundproof room, and then she has to point to switches that we need to press in a very specific order without any kind of communication other than her just pointing.
And the game has such good gestures.
Yeah.
And like obviously the game doesn't tell you
cool.
this is a perfect microcosm.
So cool.
The game doesn't explain any of that to you.
Yeah, we had to figure it out.
And it didn't even tell us because like Blood had found a second walkie-talkie and we were like, oh, I can't talk to you with this walkie-talkie, you know. But then later, once we solved this puzzle, we were able to talk to each other. And I was like, oh, that's why there's chicken wire in the glass. It's a Faraday cage. Yeah. It doesn't let the walkies work either. So you literally have to do it without communicating.
You're talking to us right here, probably.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking this whole time. I was like, guys, it's the lights. They match where the switches are. We have to, I think, push them.
Well, yeah, I think it's soundproof. Right. I'm like, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear a word you're saying.
Sorry. We're very excited. Blood and Damiani, go ahead.
Please.
Go for it.
I really liked how dense the world felt, like, and how it like naturally funneled you into, you know, activities, whether it was a puzzle activity or something that it like further enhanced like how you could like explore the world. Whether it was like when we found like the first backpack thing, it's like, oh, now we can like carry stuff, and it's like, why, you know, we know why we're gonna need this, but it's like we haven't seen it yet, but we know it's coming. Where the initial area felt like we stuck together for the most part, with a few exceptions. But as we progressed, it's like we needed to go off like in like different directions to solve things and split up a little bit more. And so we were carrying more things. It's like, okay, well, we can only hold one thing at a time unless we have a backpack. And then you got that like fanny pack thing or that side
holster thing.
Yeah, whatever the triangle thing was. And yeah, like it felt like a little bit like one of those good open world games where you just like get up on a hill and you look around like, there's so many things I want to go check out and see. And the use of like color, you know, it's very simple but very effective in this game to guide, like, you know, just naturally guides you towards things, and you just see so many things and you just want to go out and explore and check them out. It just really nailed that, like that sense of wonder, and not like the I can see the pitfall for a game like this would be aimlessly wandering too long. Like, what do I do? Right. Like, I'm not figuring out. And this game really did not have that problem. I mean, it's helped by the fact it's co-op, so I don't know how like it would feel like maybe only 2 players or less, but like with 4 players, it never felt like that. It never felt like we were aimlessly wandering around or didn't know what to do. We constantly we're being informed by the environment and our surroundings and easily figuring out what, I mean, relatively easily, like the one we're watching right now. Like, this was really fun because like the maze, like this isn't a very difficult maze, and then like, well, we're gonna have to like move an object with a limited time limit back through the maze, and you can't walk out in time, so these are what these holes are for. So like everything's just like communicated so well visually, and it just
this moment was so fun too, Damiani, because it's like you solved this one, and like
I was like,
I feel like all of us got that moment where we were the one who was like, wait, let's try this. And like that worked out. Right. Like, it's such a good, because it's all just like, what perspective did you get? Which room did you explore? And then you're just like, okay, I have the information for this scenario this time.
Like the relay with the heavy ball.
Yeah.
Just
you
like,
figured that out.
Wait a second. Do we really do that? Like, is that the answer?
Pushing me up a cliff. Yeah. And then these guys were DC'd at that moment. Yeah. Day one woes. This game functioned, I thought, incredibly well for day one. I was playing on a Mac. These guys were on PCs.
Like, they have crossplay across all consoles as well.
They even handled DCs comically. That was so funny. Like, just start like AFK bodies that you could carry around.
We could carry them around. Oh my
Because
god.
usually, like, they're like
Blood, what
they
are
have
your,
keepers like desync, like they get stuck in place. You can't interact with them. It's like, no, you can
Yeah.
carry them around, have fun with
Oh
them.
yeah, I really like this
We were
one
just
too. Where
carrying your
like,
corpses.
yeah, I launched the thing at you and you had to throw it back to me.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh yeah, that one was so fun.
And Blood cracked this one. Like it's just
Yeah.
like it's so collaborative and
It
so
is.
wonderful.
Yeah, I think one of the things is like even though like a lot of these things have blown up, it's like they've been lovingly termed friend slop, but like
Right.
that doesn't really apply to this game. Like it's
Right.
weird that like something has become like almost a genre of game, and I was like, yeah, that doesn't fit now because the reason they're called friend slop is because a lot of these games are made really rough and there's procedural generation and like kind of weird janky
Which is
stuff is
part
going
of
to
their
happen.
charm often.
But like the
Yeah.
whole time, all those games were blowing up. House was quietly making this.
Yeah.
We
making
saw a
this
glimpse of it now
juggernaut.
and then, and we're like, what is that thing? And now it's here, and it's like, oh, yes, I definitely see that this whole world was
Friend
handcrafted.
art.
Yeah.
And we love that pedigree, of course. Untitled Goose Game, you reminded us they made.
Yeah.
An excellent video game.
Well, in this, you can see that kind of whimsy and that spirit in this game. But this is my favorite kind of follow up from a studio like this too, where it's like they didn't just do the same thing. They didn't rest on their laurels.
Yeah.
They took what they learned and then they did something completely different with it, and it's just so like this part was so good. How we slowly realized like, okay, they've given us a laser pointer
Yeah.
and some binoculars. And then Blood was looking through the binoculars and he was like, oh, there's a gourd down there.
Yeah.
And then I used the laser pointer to be like, where, this one? And he's like, yeah.
There's the Dawn half pipe.
There's a
and
Dawn half pipe up there.
That ramp is for you, Dom. That red ramp
How
on
did
the
you know
rock.
that'd be calling to me? My eyes immediately went out.
Yeah, we knew.
Hey guys, let's go over there.
We knew. I was like,
is
dude,
that
Dawn
thing?
wants to go on this thing right
What
away.
is that
But this-
thing? Yeah.
Just the genius of this moment in this game where it was like, okay, here's your next series of objectives. Look and see at your own recognizance, figure out what you want to do. But then also, there are mysteries hidden within this that we didn't figure out until like toward the end of the stream when we got into a different place and we got a small map version of this.
Yeah.
And like, there's a gourd locked in a box here that we only figured out much later what we must have to do because of an item that we found. And like, I won't say what because we're going to get to it, I guess, in a stream. But like, God, I love this game. Fuck.
Yeah. Feels really special, real magical. If you have a group of buddies that games, highly recommend
Yeah.
hopping into Big Walk.
Big walk.
Big time. Big time. This is a special game of the year for
Here are their
sure.
corpses.
This will be a lot of goatees and on a lot of best of for the years. I foresee for sure.
Yep.
Like best multiplayer on lock.
Yeah.
I figure.
Yeah.
Like
Just really special. Feels really, really special. And that's hard. It gets harder and harder each year to surprise players.
yeah.
And to have a unique feeling multiplayer game. It always feels like, oh, we've done everything
Yeah.
we can do in the genre, and it's like, nope.
There are no more worlds
Yeah.
to conquer.
It's like, here we go again with just a nice special feeling multiplayer game.
And it feels so positive.
Yes.
Like this is what the world needs.
Jolly
Yeah,
co-op.
that's the thing, like-
jolly cooperation.
Yeah.
The GameSpot's reviewer Mark Delaney, like he played with his kids,
Right. Like you're not sawing someone in half. You're not pinning them on a hook. Like there's
Shots at
plenty of
Beaver.
fun in that, right? And like I enjoy that stuff too.
Yeah, for sure.
But like this is just like
Wholesome.
life-changing shit. Yeah, it's
really
so
is.
good.
Love it. Big Walk. Feel good hit of the summer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Alrighty. Next up, I'm so excited to talk about this video game. This is Doom: The Dark Ages Revelations. I'm glad I'm done with it. Truly, because it's so stressful. Like this is Doom: The Dark, just all the Doom trilogy. It really makes me tense. Like it is 100 miles an hour constantly.
Yeah.
It is so overwhelming. It is so much. Like, I would stop playing, and I'm having a phenomenal time. This game is phenomenal. I'm having such a great time. When I'm done, I'm like on edge. I'm stressed out. When I stop playing, when I set the controller down, I'm on edge. I need to go for a walk. That is how intense it is. So this is the DLC for the Dark Ages, which was the prequel to Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. It was the least well received of the trilogy, and that is because they changed up the gameplay. We talked about this with Final Fantasy 7 Part 3, how it's doing the dress spheres, how it's switching it up.
Hell yeah.
Because Rebirth, according to them, was the pinnacle of the combat. Exactly. And a lot of people will agree that Doom Eternal perfected this combat. So, if you played Dark Ages and Eternal, and you were way more high on Eternal, and you were bummed about the shield in the Dark Ages, this DLC is for you. This DLC takes place after the campaign, though, and a quick shout out to Ancient Gods Part 1 and 2, which was the DLC for Eternal, being an absolute 10 out of 10. This DLC is one of the best of the year, for sure. The biggest thing is the Chain Spear. We are now back to the Doom Eternal. Exactly. It plays like Doom Eternal. So if you loved that, this DLC is for you. Nice. You can freely switch between the shield and the spear. You have both. So it's kind of out of control because you can like charge in with the shield, throw the shield, switch to the spear, grapple them. Like, it is fucking out of control, this game. The music, as you know, is constant. It is pulsing. Mick Gordon is gone after all the controversy with all that. So the music doesn't hit the highs that Doom and Doom Eternal did, but still an incredible soundtrack. The story is really cool. It really contextualizes the Doom Slayer. It makes him more human. We get these flashbacks to before Doom, the original game, where he's like on Earth.
Whoa.
Kind of a RoboCop Running Man vibe, honestly.
Chad is thirsting after Doomslayer.
Yeah, he's
right
hot
now.
as hell in this, for sure.
They're saying Doomslayer looks hot.
Yeah. The format of the DLC is you're in Purgatory, you're in a little hub area, and you have to fight your way basically out of Purgatory by reliving your past torments. It's very psychological. He's very punished, of course, punished Doomslayer. You, of course, get the Chain Spear, which is the big new addition, and it plays like Doom Eternal, where you can grapple to enemies, you can throw it like a spear, you can upgrade it and like stab the enemies with it, and then you can also use it as a parry, like the shield in the original, where you kind of hit the projectiles back. And what I really, really loved, one of the biggest nice changes from the original was that in the original, all of the secrets were just shown on the map as question marks. They were just there. So it's like, okay, they're not really secret if it's a question mark here. I'm going to like explore this area until I find it. The DLC removes those question marks. And it's like, hey, you have to find the secrets on your own. That's it. So really love that. The exploration is better. The puzzles are better because now you're incorporating the shield and the spear to try to solve these puzzles. There's new enemy types. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's some returning favorites from the franchise that were not in the other, or not in the base game of the Dark Ages, which is really fun. What's really cool is the format. When you beat the campaign, you unlock the end game. And that's what it's called, actually. There's an actual end game and a true ending and a final boss.
We're in the end game now, Tony.
Yeah. So when you beat the game, you unlock the end game. And when you unlock the end game, to do that, you unlock this master key. And you revisit the levels. And because you have the master key, you can go in previously unexplored locked areas to have new encounters, new areas, finding all this stuff. There's a new currency, an endgame currency to further upgrade your weapons. And then, of course, the endgame, you unlock the classic encounters. So there are 4 levels, basically, 4 big levels. And each of those levels has a classic encounter. You're going back to an old school Doom level, Doom or Doom 2.
Dude.
And it has the new graphics. But the best part is you have the pump shotgun.
Is that they showed a hallway
Yes.
in this trailer that I was
Yes.
like, that looks like OG Doom.
Yes, so you're going to the OG levels with the pump shotgun, and the pump shotgun is middle focused, like the original
Oh my
Doom.
god.
And once you finish all the classic levels, you then unlock the classic shotgun as your super weapon in the normal game. So Doom the Dark Ages, it didn't have the BFG, it had the BFC. Big fucking crossbow, right? But that's
okay.
not, it's like bio something crossbow.
Sure.
So then you can freely switch between the crossbow and the shotgun, which is awesome.
That's cool.
It sounds OG. It destroys enemies, you know. You unlock all these additional fights, these master arenas. There's just so much content here. Like, I know Doom the Dark Ages didn't have the biggest splash as like 2016 and Eternal, but wow, this game, they threw it all out there. They left nothing out, like they left nothing behind. They let it all out on the field, you know, like sports, right? They put their heart and their soul. They went all in on this game. Like they left nothing on the table. And this DLC is just kind of the culmination of this entire trilogy. It's such an awesome send-off.
Yeah, this part.
Yeah. It's just such an incredible send-off for this trilogy. It really tries to be a love letter to this entire franchise. I couldn't recommend it enough. It's like $15 or $20. A ton of hours. I mean, I put like 10 plus hours into just this DLC. Like Dark Ages itself was already like 20 plus hours. My honestly, one complaint is that it's too much. Because like the levels are really long and you'll play one level and by the time, like every time I finish a level of this game, I'm fatigued.
Yeah.
I swear to you, I need to go for a walk when I'm done.
You need
because
a
it
drink.
is so much. It's just constant fighting and shooting and shooting and fighting. It's just nonstop. But if you love Doom, you absolutely owe it to yourself to go through this, the Dark Ages and the DLC as well. So, yeah, just really cool secrets. And the spear as well. Lastly, the spear was so cool because it completely changed the way you play the game. So it's like I had finished the Dark Ages and I needed to relearn how to play this DLC, which I think is such a bold move.
Yeah.
Where it's like, wow, I can't rely, like you can use the shield, but it really encourages you to use the spear. Where it's like, wow, I need to fully change how I engage with this game and play.
Gotta be
So,
zipping.
Yeah. And it's really cool just having the hub area. There's like secrets in there. Tons of secrets to find. Really good combat encounters. Really good enemy design. Just the new enemies. Bad ass. Completely badass. One of my favorite things I've played in 2026, honestly, is this DLC. So, Doom, The Dark Ages, Revelations, a incredible excuse to play Doom in 2026. There you go. All right. Speaking of Pokemon, because we always are.
Beast of Reincarnation.
We're always talking about Pokemon and GTA battling for the top spot. Pokemon, GTA, Mario Kart, they're all right there.
Tetris.
Well, just like sales, right?
I know.
But here we are, Game Freak, making Beast of Reincarnation. Coming out to a divisive, tepid launch.
Is this out?
Yeah.
This is
it's
out now.
It's out now.
And the feedback is lukewarm. I got to play a preview build of it. I liked it.
You talked about it.
And
You were
Damiani
pretty
now has played
positive
about
on
20
it.
plus hours.
I understand. So you played the first area of it
Yeah.
sounds like, from especially the footage we watched when we were doing the preview. You played the first area, And I will say, before we get into it, that was probably like one of the stronger environments and areas of the game. I think that's like kind of like the honeymoon era period for the game, where you're like, wow, like this has a lot of potential. And I think
it has a frame rate.
I played this on PC. I did not really have severe performance issues. Did have some like other technical issues, like the pop-in is like absolutely insane, even with the patch. It had a lot of that going on. But otherwise, I thought like visually it looked fine. Like that wasn't a problem for me. But back to the point I was making, I think for me, this is you'll love to hear it, a swimming in sevens game. Like it's good enough. It's what I was hoping for. Like most games are going to aim for and hope to hit. And there's a game about like potential. I think this game had a lot of potential, and there's potential for like a future if they want to make a sequel for this, depending on how it pans out. But I think the game doesn't fully realize that potential, and too often you see a lot of areas of this game just fall into a repetitive pattern, whether it's the gameplay loop, the music, or even like the many different like game RPG systems that surround it. Just kind of like it kind of collapses on itself and feels a little too repetitive. It also definitely overstays its welcome. I know people are like, man, I like games to be long, but because of everything I just said, this game clocks in at roughly around 25 to 30 hours. By about hour 20, I'm like, this kind of needs to be over unless you're showing me something new, guys. Like, usually you're either getting like new mechanics introduced over like, every so often, or like the environments just get so like they escalate, or it's like an open world game and like you got so much, to explore. This game is, let me just, if you didn't watch the preview that Huber and I did earlier, this is essentially an action RPG game. Think it desperately wants to be like Nier meets Sekiro. That's the best way to put it. Like this game screams Nier in terms of like its atmosphere, the music, the themes, the narrative, and then gameplay. Its core gameplay mechanic is swordplay and parrying. You like blocking or parrying. It rewards you for parrying. I will say this game is it wants to be Sekiro in terms of that. It's nowhere near as hard as Sekiro. There are 3 difficulties from the beginning: easy, normal, and hard. When you beat the game, you unlock Reincarnation mode, which is essentially the Souls thing, where each subsequent playthrough it adds a +1, and enemies get more and more difficult. It's meant for like really challenging, and I can see tinkering with the inner workings of all the different like skill trees. You have gear, you have skill trees, you have like food you can use. There are all these systems that are interested in the game. I'm going to be brutally honest. On normal difficulty, the thing that matters the most is learning how to do the swordplay in this game. If you can learn basic parrying and be patient, because the enemies and the bosses do not throw anything really that challenge at you. In fact, that's one of the biggest weaknesses of this game, is that after like the first 2 or 3 areas, you've seen everything the game's going to throw at you difficulty-wise, and everything from that point on is repetitive. Even the bosses become repetitive as they reuse older versions of bosses just with new paint on them. And it's like, I already know this pattern. It's
even with all that Pokemon money? Jeez.
Yes. So
Laurels, dude. Now,
if it's too much for you, you can turn it down to an easier difficulty. I imagine that's probably like a cakewalk mode if you just.
I also heard ranged attacks are very OP if you don't want to parry. So that ranged can get you through the whole game.
You can. You eventually get like an auto crossbow, and then you have like a normal like big bow that's a little bit slower. So in the game, you have you yourself, the main character Emma. We should set the setting here. Sorry, it's 2,000 years in the future in Japan. Basically,
so cool.
This blight has devastated the world, and unfortunately, the humanity is like dwindling. There's not a lot of people left. It's post-apocalyptic. They're either these golems, these robots, which are the main inhabitants, and they're either still functioning good, or they've kind of become corrupted a little bit, and now they're bad. And then there's things called Malefax, which is the beast. These creatures that you can call like this game's realistic Pokemon. Like one of them you'll see is like a bear with like vines on it. It's basically like they're creepy. Like I know there's bear Pokemon, but I kept thinking of fucking like a like creepy Blastoise or something, creepy Bulbasaur. I was like, I was like, dude, this is like a freaky Bulbasaur bear version. And the world is just like dangerous, like there's very few like pockets of civilization, but you are Emma, and you are this young girl who has been tasked with becoming a purifier, and your goal is to basically cleanse the world of these really powerful beasts called Nushi. And on your trip to your journey to encountering the thing called the Beast of Reincarnation, which threatens the world. And the easiest, simplest way I could say with spoiler, but not spoil anything, it's kind of like sin. It keeps coming back every so often, and every so often a new generation of purifiers have to be, trained and make the journey to the capital to slay the Beast of Reincarnation. Then like peace is restored for a while, and then every so often the Beast of Reincarnation comes back and threatens the world again. And you're caught in this vicious cycle. And narratively, that's an interesting premise. But where the game falls apart for me is in the writing. I feel like this game has abysmal writing in English. Ooh. Like, the voice actors are doing their best. I think the voice actors are actually pretty good delivery for what they get. But it feels so stilted. To be fair, the main character, Emma, is supposed to be devoid of emotion. She's supposed to be like a robot, essentially. But over the course of the game, she's supposed to start recovering her memories
some humanity,
and getting some like emotion back. And that's kind of like the big journey for her. And it just like the dialogue, I don't know how to explain it better than like it feels very stilted and sometimes in its structure. And it feels like things just like, it doesn't feel like how people talk to each other. It just feels like for the purpose of like we need to communicate information to the player, either for character development or for exposition. And it's just, there are points where I'm like, I kind of don't even want to listen to this anymore. I just want to get like back to the game. And that's not a good sign, honestly.
No.
I will say there is some intrigue to the mystery of the world, but again, the most I will give you is like this game is trying very hard to be fucking Nier Automata. It is very hard. It's like very. I was like, oh god.
I'll never criticize a game for being inspired by something. Trying to replicate it.
Where's the inspiration on its sleeve heavily with this game?
That's okay.
Now, if you're looking for more of that, I think this will be like interest. As I said, the core gameplay loop is you go to a new area of like post-apocalyptic Japan. You have to hunt down Anushi, the main boss of the area, but otherwise you have like objectives in the area that you just have to follow. There's a main story objective that will be marked on your map, but like you don't have to go there. The first environment is like this big, like kind of like feudal Japan town that's like still like I wouldn't say, sorry, let me rephrase that, like a countryside Japanese town. Sorry, it's not feudal, it's like countryside Japan, and it looks a little bit untouched compared to the other areas. It's not as post-apocalyptic feeling, and it's like a giant like circular environment, but like you can go off in like a direction. I did that in a lot of these environments, and I was like, wow, can I go up here? Because you have these traversal abilities. You have like wood-style jutsu from Naruto, where you're basically, Emma's hair has the ability to become like a roots that can like dig into the ground and lift you up, but it can also like become a tendril and grapple like things to like grapple you up to higher places. Like you can kind of do that. Or in combat, it's used in combat as well, because the combat's not simply swordplay. So the exploration part initially is kind of like, I was kind of satisfied with that. I felt like there's enough intrigue here. I want to go up this.
Same, the preview, I was like, oh, I like that.
Yeah, there's useful stuff to find. You find like collectibles that increase like your overall ranking for like there's 3 categories, and allows you to further enhance like your swords, or there's systems that are back at your home base of operations. Like there's cooking, there's there's no like true crafting. You don't manually craft anything, but the items you bring back help facilitate improving different facility operations versus like being able to cultivate more ingredients to make better dishes, which give you like, boost when you go back into the field, like higher attack, higher HP, better defense. But you can use this currency called Amber to enhance your swords, to make them stronger. They have like 3 levels. Your bow, you can make your bows stronger. You can make your arrows stronger. But you also have to find like recipes for new types of arrows. Like there's poison arrows,
range,
fire arrows.
OP.
And then like you said, we talked about in the preview, there's skill trees. Skill tree feels a little overwhelming. My personal advice and where I felt the most satisfaction, the top part of the tree, it's literally a tree. The leaves are like your actual like action skills, like unique like abilities that you get. Like, I don't know, like it's your combo strings essentially. But everything below felt more useful. Like some of them were like increase your ability to stay in stealth longer, because you could stealth approach enemies and kill them from behind. Or one of them was like, if you assassinate someone or on a killing blow, you regenerate more HP on that. I'm like, these are way more useful. So like I was spending more time in the stuff in the trunk of the tree and the roots than actually in the top stuff. So like it felt overwhelming, honestly. I was like, there's way too many goddamn skills in here. But as I said, the most important thing is learn the swordplay and learn how to use your companion, Ku. This dog wolf companion that you have, who's like your bonded friend, is with you in combat. And they are basically, you can issue real-time commands, but it's turn-based. Or sorry, not turn-based, like Final Fantasy VII, where you hit a button to bring up Ku's abilities. It slows down time. Doesn't pause time. It's literally Final Fantasy VII, because if you take too long, like during an enemy attack, you'll still get hit by it, which is kind of funny. But they have special abilities, and this is where Game Freak's DNA shows up. This is the like super effective shit. Like, oh, the enemy is vulnerable to a fire attack. So like if you have Ku if you equipped like one of the fire abilities, it will be more useful against this enemy, and so on. And you can equip up to like I think 6 or 7 different abilities to Ku, and there's modifiers you can do to them as well. You can find these like gems in the world that will modify Ku's abilities. But to do this is where it kind of gets a little bit more complicated. This is where pairing is so important. To use Ku's abilities, he has like a meter below him that starts with like 3 charges. Successful parries charge that meter up, and then you can use Ku's abilities. You yourself have a flower meter below you, and we talked about this in the preview. The meter is used to slow down time, so you can like get an advantage. So a good way to utilize this is if you're struggling with an enemy, like shit, I just need to heal, because it's like souls healing. It takes a while to heal at first unless you improve your healing. You might want to slow down time to like, I need to slow down to heal. Goddamn, I'm getting my ass kicked. Or you've just poise broken enemy, because they do have like a poise meter. It's like, oh, they're super vulnerable right now. Just slow down time and wail on them when they're super vulnerable and like maximize your damage. So there is like a little bit of a nice loop there. As I said, the problem just comes down to enemies that become challenging enough that you don't have to like, they don't really push you to do anything other than like simple parries and learn like a 1-2-3 combo. In fact, there's like 1 or 2 elite like robot soldiers in the environment you can find that were more challenging than some of the bosses. One of them just like Huber just would not stop attacking me. Did a 10 attack string combo. I was like, slow down. I'm like parry. Okay, 3 hits and surely it's gonna be done now. No, I'm like, I just died. I was like, yo, what the hell? I was like, yeah. So there are moments that can be challenging, but yeah. And again, the environments, like the environments, that first one's so good. Some of the follow-up ones aren't too bad, but they start feeling so samey. Damn. Like they really start I was like, damn, these are kind of getting a little bit boring. I'm not feeling that sense of wonder and intrigue anymore. Now, 1 or 2 of the later ones do get kind of cool with their design and layout, but for some,
it needed to trim it a little.
Dude, some of them even get linear. There's like one in a city that's like like it looks like a Last of Us environment, but like you just go straight through the city. It's like this a few blocks that are linear. I'm like, where?
What do you think of her?
Of sorry, what?
What do you think of the main character?
In terms of like their personality, or how, like what their design?
Do you like her?
So I like the design. I saw some discourse that people are like, I wish this was how Stellar Blade was designed. You know, this is how you do like if you're gonna do a character like this, you know, this is how you design them. So like, you know, they you know,
give them any.
No, I think they're saying the other way around. That they want Stellar Blade to look like this more.
Yes.
Or they want a bullshit.
She's not sexualized, basically. Like,
I love
if you're
her
gonna
coat.
use a
It's
younger looking
sick.
character, this is kind of how you can
Dude,
do
yeah,
it, and
that's-
it's not problematic. It's like this character depiction was actually really good. And as far as I saw, there were no
Too.
alt costumes. You can
awesome.
take her
Too
hat off, and that's like
weird.
it that I saw. I don't know if there's any cash
you
shop
see that?
items that mess with that. But in terms of that, like, I really liked her character design. I like who
But what about
design.
her story, her emotions?
So
Like, did you
that's we
care
talked about it a
for
little bit
her as a character
earlier. I said like it's think of it as a character with amnesia. They don't really know like where they came from. They have this like companion named Violet who's with them, and like they kind of look like a hologram, but maybe they're a spirit. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but like at first that's what you're gonna think. It's like, what is it? Can only you see them? And like it kind of feel like it's true. Or there's a voice inside their head, and you keep going to this like violet giant field of like violet colored flowers, and like you slowly learn she starts regaining her memories, and it's like, what's going on here? So there's a little bit of like mystery, but like I said, has no emotion because she has this collar around her that makes her she's able to be controlled. She has no free will.
Some X-Men shit.
Yeah, she has no free will, but like the problem is a lot of the day-to-day conversation stuff you have she has with other characters. It feels rough, as I said. It feels stilted. It just feels unnatural. And so I wasn't feeling a lot of attachment. But I would say like her larger story arc, I would say there's a little bit more emotion and investment there. It just kind of suffers in everything in between kind of suffers though.
Got it.
And then, the music is, there are some good tracks in here, but a lot of the field music is so goddamn repetitive. I was like, oh my God, is this like a 10-second loop just on, oh my God, please move on. I need a new song. But as I said,
Any
Go ahead.
hopes of lessons learned from this game that Game Freak will bring into the next Pokemon?
I don't know.
Did you think about Pokemon at all when you were playing this?
No, I didn't think of, like, aside from like, oh, this is effective, but like that's RPGs 101. That's not Pokemon didn't invent that. Like, we're just saying that to like kind of have some connective tissue there. This is their most ambitious and probably highest profile non-Pokemon game. The Game Freak has attempted other non-Pokemon games. I would argue like this might potentially be the poised to be their most successful one, as sad as that sounds, considering like it's been a bit divisive. I think maybe people's expectations were that this was gonna be like a Sekiro, in terms of like, or a true Souls game that was gonna be like 1-to-1, like just like any FromSoft game, and it's kind of not. This is definitely like an intermediary game that is meant to be a stepping stone up to games like that. Like I think this is like a very good beginner game if you're intimidated by like a Souls game or a Sekiro or like any kind of character action game. This is a little bit more manageable. It's rough around the edges. It definitely like Game Freak another Game Freak criticism. Like their games could use more polish. Like it definitely felt like it could have used more time to iron out some of the kinks in it for sure, Huber.
I've heard it's a little rough around the edges.
Yeah, but I do see potential here. I'm scared that the game won't do well enough and they're going to move on from it. But I do think this could benefit from a second attempt at a sequel that tries to learn from, what this did well and what it could do better. Because there is absolutely room for a game that's in between, like, easy character action games that are like you're mindless and like a FromSoft game which is so super challenging like a Sekiro where it's like that's maybe too difficult for some people. This would be like something
difficulty levels like this game has.
Yeah.
There it is. Because you can put it on easy, normal, or hard.
Yeah. So I said I had some good times with it. It just felt too long, felt unpolished, and it has some writing problems for sure. And the music could have benefited from like having a little bit more, some of those loops are just so short and they become grating that they're just so annoying. So I wanted to like really like it more in the end because it had so much potential, and maybe simplify the skill trees and shit. There's just way too much there, man. Like I feel like they wanted to put it in there to be like, here's like a in-depth
RPG.
character action like system with all these combo strings and all these RPG abilities. You can have all these different builds and like, as I said, maybe on the harder difficulties, that is a necessity. I've not tried them, but on normal, the best you're gonna get is if you find out like a boss's weakness and you stack your build to have like they're weak to poison, and you have the poison sword and big poison abilities on Ku, and you buff your poison stuff. You'll probably melt them like once you start like attacking. You're open to attack, and they do some variances with the boss designs. Like there's like giraffe or a deer looking one, a boar looking one. They have like a flying one. The flying one was the worst though. This game does not have good aerial combat at all. Like that one was a little rough, but they do try a little bit with the diversity of the boss fights there. But after a certain point, as I said, they start reusing them again, and I'm like, oh no, we can't do that. Gets too
reused assets.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. That is Beast of Reincarnation. Thank you, Damiani, for covering that beast of a game. That's out now from Game Freak.
But it's out now.
All right, last game we're talking about is a fucking hidden gem that I want to shine a light on. This is one of my favorite games of the year. That game is Moldrise. What you're about to see is my gameplay. I want to talk about it for just a minute because I don't want to spoil anything. This is a 90-minute to 2-hour total length video game. It is on Steam for $12. It is on itch.io. It started in your foot. Now it's in your head. All that remains is the command. Go up. Meet strange neighbors. Make bad trades. Every ascent teaches you what you should have done differently. So yes, it is a first-person horror video game where your goal is to get to the roof of this apartment building. That's it.
Okay, sorry.
Get to the roof.
For a second, that footage was like, is this Beast of Reincarnation?
Yeah.
Sorry. The
this game is fucking awesome.
This is a cool look.
It is so cool. I recommend everyone play this game tonight. It's 90 minutes. Seriously.
But you're going down.
Stairwell Simulator?
I know. I gotta knock on some doors. Watch when they open the door too, how good they look. It's like super real looking. So
it's PS1 dithering.
Yeah, so it's
like
not a
higher fidelity.
It's not a roguelite at all, but it will when you play again, like if you die or whatever from the fungal infection that overtakes you, because you have an infection meter, a hunger meter, and a thirst meter, so you need to look out for those. If your infection meter goes all the way up, you die. And when you play again, it'll have asterisks next to what you've said before to people, and then it'll also have your little mind memory of like hints. So a little bit will be retained, but it's still like a fresh playthrough. Okay. Again, the whole point is to get to the roof. It sounds easy, but things go down. Like you go up, oh, the stairs are out. I need to use the elevator. Oh, well, the elevator's broken. How do I fix that? Oh, well, you need this. Oh, well, to get this, I need to do this. To get that, you need to do that. So it's like this loop of tasks you need to do to get up to the roof. Honestly, that's all I want to say about it, because it's so fun just learning the ways of the game and the systems and what you need to, trade with your fellow neighbors, or who to trust, who not to trust, what to buy from the vending machines. There's a little bit of an economy, a little bit of inventory management. Again, it is just the best game to beat in one night. Bloodworth, where are you? Yeah.
Is there combat?
No combat.
Nice.
No combat. Very small team. When the credits rolled, it's like made by blank, music by blank, additional voices by like 5 people. That's it.
Looks like those meters go up pretty fast.
They do. Yeah, it is. This is a gem, everybody. This is a freaking gem. There's some cool lore going on. You just learn things as you play more. Yeah, it does some really cool horror stuff too. Messing with the visuals and whatnot. Again, I don't want to say too much, because y'all should play this if you like horror games, if you like indie games. And this is a 2026 release. I mean, this came out July 20th, 2026, a couple weeks ago. That's it. So hot off the presses, Moldrise. Check it out. It's on Steam. It's on itch.io. It plays really, really well. and it is an experience that is definitely going to stay with me for the rest of the year. It will be on my list of favorite things I played this year, for sure. For sure.
Some mold on the rise.
Yeah. So check it out. Moldrise. Just want to shine a light on this little gem. Check it out. Highest Huber possible recommendation for Moldrise.
Nice.
Yes. Alrighty. It is finally time for Love and Respect. Love and Respect. From Ian Alexander, Easy A History, Mind. I see what you did there. Remember? Kingdom Hearts, Remind.
Good.
Once upon a time at Game Trailers, Ben Moore and Michael Huber were playing a private game of Hearthstone 1v1. Ben Moore kept winning over and over due to his collection of overpowered cards. After losing once again, Huber messaged Ben, "Pay to win. Must be nice," and abruptly signed off. This was the origin of the phrase, "must be nice." Keep the memories alive. Love and respect, Ian Alexander Arts.
So
Right.
Yes. Yeah. I remember it like it was yesterday.
so funny.
Pay to win. Must be nice. Log off. Like, before he could even respond with anything, I'm just gone. Yeah. Must be nice. All right. Thank you for that beautiful memory. From Rahul Masal. Hi, allies. I have a question for Ella and Huber because it's slightly reaction shots as well. Actually, yeah, wait, is this the one? Yeah.
Huh?
I've got Nolan called out film criticism, and it directly applies to you, Isla. For sure.
He called
out film criticism from people, and I've had this conversation with you so many times. We talk about how when you see the thing, you don't like it. When you're like, yeah, I know. You're like, I already know. I don't care with the story or the character. You're like, yeah, let's go. You're like, yeah, right?
Sometimes.
Oh, yeah, sometimes. Nolan was like, if you see the mechanism of the storytelling, it doesn't invalidate the mechanism. I thought it was very interesting.
That's different than what I'm talking about.
Okay. Like the filmmaking technique and stuff, and he was talking about how characters don't always need to be sympathetic or whatnot.
Right,
even if you see through the seams or whatever.
That's fine. I see through the seams of every movie.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
I see the filmmaking of every movie.
Yeah.
I went to film school.
Of course.
But like what I mean when I say that is like I get the moral. I get the point.
Got it.
Like I get what the story is saying.
So you want the character to surprise you then, maybe?
I want the filmmaker to say something like that critique only applies to a few movies.
Okay.
Where I'm like getting a little, where I like check out a little bit because I'm like, yeah, and
Yeah.
That to me is more so like what is the entire piece of art? What is the filmmaker saying?
Got it.
More so.
Got
Yeah.
it. What if the filmmaker wants you to say the thing?
Then they say less,
Okay.
you know, and they let you fill it in.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you prefer?
I prefer that.
You prefer that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I prefer when like to me like art asks questions,
Yeah.
you know? And then the viewer, obviously not always, but
Yeah.
like the viewer asks further questions sometimes or brings their own answers.
Like I'm
you know,
watching
like-
Furious, where I'm like, why am I okay with this serial killer?
Yeah.
It's disturbing.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm okay with this.
Right,
It's
right,
like,
right.
What does that say?
Well, and like that is interesting. That's interesting stuff because that's challenging the viewer
Yeah.
to say like, what would you do in this woman's situation?
Yeah.
Like is she wrong? Like
Yeah.
it makes you culpable kind of
Yeah.
to the guilt of that crime, obviously in a fictional setting.
Yes.
Whereas like if a film's point is to show like the struggle of living as a woman or whatever,
Yeah.
and only that, you know, I'll be like, I appreciate this, but I already know.
Yes, and
Yeah.
got it.
But no, yeah, it's not. Oh my God, new Silo, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. For me, it's never like the only times like filmmaking artifice stuff has bumped for me.
Yeah.
is like the beginning of Shutter Island. I'm like
Great callback. Here
I'm
we go.
like the editing is really bad, and
Yeah.
like the compositing and effects work is very obvious. I remember this in theaters thinking this on my first viewing of this movie, where I was like, I know that this editor and obviously Scorsese are like
professional
good
masters.
and
Yeah.
like better than this.
Yeah.
So that means this has to be on purpose.
Yeah.
Which, if you watch the movie, that's my theory about the movie, is that they made the artifice of filmmaking obvious in Act 1 for a reason, which I think is if this is true, I've never found this confirmed or not, but like if that's true, that is a wild move.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool.
That is sick. Scorsese
I think
would do that.
I think that Ari Aster has a weird thing where like Hereditary and Midsommar, like he literally tells you the plot of the entire movie like in the first 10 minutes of both of those movies. And if you have eyes to see,
Yeah.
you'll know what's about to happen.
Yep.
And like that's fine.
Yeah.
And like most people don't notice it, but like I don't know, I think similarly to him or something, and I just like I'm like, okay, so you've told me everything
Unlocked.
that's about to happen.
Yeah.
Why
Now
did
I'm
you
just gonna watch exactly
I'm just
that.
gonna watch all of that happen. Why did
Yeah.
you do that?
Yeah.
Like why did you do that?
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff is more like maybe what Nolan meant.
Yeah. I love that. But this question from Rahul.
Hi.
I often see that there's an argument made that movies and TV series should end.
Ah.
I've seen the argument that Marvel should have ended after Endgame, that Toy Story shouldn't come back for Toy Story 4. I saw people upset that Backrooms is getting a sequel.
I mean,
However,
it's
no one
obviously
is
gonna get 100 sequels.
for sure. However, no one has ever complained that Mario games continue to come out.
Right.
The same for Zelda, Resident Evil, or almost any other major gaming franchise. Is there a difference in the audience, medium, or format? What explains this?
Yes. There's a difference.
There
because
is, yes.
I think that playing a game, you want, obviously every game hopefully innovates on something, iterates on something, gives you something new and exciting that you haven't seen before. That's how games stay fresh and interesting. But the fact that you are playing them and that you get to interact and that you
Exactly.
get to do that, and the fact that Mario, it just feels really good to jump as Mario. Like nothing feels better.
Mm-hmm.
You want to just keep jumping around as Mario, and you just want new places and scenarios to do that in. That's why games can I think do that, and people are a little more forgiving about many sequels.
Definitely.
I personally don't. I don't necessarily think like I've never really been like, and if I have, I've forgotten it, but I've never said like, oh, they need to stop making these Toy Story movies or whatever.
Yeah.
My thing with movies is if you have something new to say,
Yeah.
and like you're gonna say a good new thing, then hell yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Like suddenly the Watchmen TV show springs to mind.
Exactly.
Where it's
Great
like
call.
I never in a million years would have called for that.
Yeah.
Would have wanted that. Would have predicted that.
A follow-up to the story
the
that
book.
is incredible.
Yeah, and like
Great example.
famously, people have always said like unadaptable, right?
Yeah.
And unsequelable.
Even God of War 2018, you did 3,
Yeah.
then you did a prequel, and it's like, all right, we've done everything there is to do here with God of War, and then it's like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
hard right turn, 2018's God of War,
But then
saying something new, making Kratos a completely different person,
Right.
Like, yeah,
and like Breaking Bad, El Camino. You're just like what is there more to say?
yeah,
And then they said interesting, cool things. And you're like, great, cool, awesome.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
like the expansion to Outer Wilds. I was like, this was a perfect game. What are you talking about? And now I'm like, oh no, that was the counterpoint that I didn't know I was missing.
Cool.
And like, so yeah, that kind of stuff is always great. There's obviously examples of things where it didn't exactly work out, like the second X-Files movie, where I'm like, I would have been okay without this, like whatever. It didn't like, it's, whatever.
yeah,
More X-Files is great, but it wasn't like really
Yeah.
saying much. Especially when you really, really, really wanted it to.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. But obviously, like, they're never going to stop Marvel. They're never going to stop
Yeah.
Pixaring. They're never going to
But
stop
then-
backroomsing.
And my optimism is always, well, Toy Story 3 is the best. It's the culmination. It's such a good end.
Yeah.
And then we got Toy Story 4, which was fine. But then now we got Toy Story 5, which I love. So it's like,
numbered Toy Stories.
yeah, so it's like even if the thing should have ended, there's still hope that it can be good again.
Right.
Silent Hill. We're back.
In the games?
No, just like, yeah, the games are back
You're right.
and good.
Because the movies I
Yeah.
hear.
No. But the Silent Hill games,
Right.
it was like, okay, we've had some not great ones.
Yeah.
Now we're back.
And with the Backrooms, it's interesting because I thought Backrooms, the movie had showed a lot of potential, and I think that
loved the first 80% of that
Yeah.
movie like the most.
I would say like the first 40%.
wow.
Like, to me, just like the stuff in the backroomsing around before they tried to put too much story on it was really pretty good.
Yeah.
But like, you made a Backrooms movie where no one gets lost. I thought that was interesting. And like, they made like some of the character stuff, I was like, I don't know what we're doing here. But I think that for a debut feature, it was incredible.
Hell yeah.
And like, I think that Kane Parsons has like huge
down.
potential.
I'm down
and
for
like,
another. Let's go.
yeah. So if he makes another one, I'm
Yeah.
seated.
Fucking
Like,
Backrooms, IMAX, huge budget. Let's just go big.
I might watch. I might watch backroom movies at home because the theater experience was very annoying with all those little teens in there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I bet.
holy shit. But yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Kids are going back to school in 12 days, baby. 12 days.
Freedom, free at last.
Free at last. Free at last.
Get these
12
kids outta
days.
here.
Yeah. Any takes on things that should end, Damiani or Don? Roger.
In general, I mean, I like more and more sequels. I think is great when like sequels and spin-offs happen and stuff like that. It's kind of weird though. It's almost like my thing is like if the worse a movie or a game starts, I think the better for it when it starts having sequels. You know what I'm saying? But like the better the original property was, it's almost worse for it to have more and more sequels, I think, and spin-offs in general. So it's kind of funny how it works out that way. You know, something like
Jurassic Park, for
yeah,
example.
well, we won't go there. We have various opinions, but like Strangers is a good, better example. Of
Strangers?
yeah, The Strangers, something that was like
Oh, The Strangers.
iconic. The
Yeah,
first
yeah, yeah.
movie is just an iconic.
Oh, it is.
horror,
It's
and it's just
yeah.
like they keep coming out with more and more and more, and every single. They just haven't had even a decent sequel, like a watchable.
Same with Insidious. Like
It's
the
so
first,
insane.
like 1 and 3 are my favorite, and then that's kind of like.
You don't want to
know,
come back
beating a
from
dead
the
drum.
further.
But then it's weird
I'll be
with
there
something
day
else.
one. I'll be there.
Like what's the other? Not
Paranormal Activities.
Yeah, Paranormal Activities.
Boy,
and
those
all that
burned
stuff.
out so
But they're
hard.
kind of up and down. It's like a roller coaster. It's like it'll be bad, but it'll be bad, and then suddenly you'll have a good one, and then you'll be bad again.
Did that Area 51 one that Oren Pelly or whatever, the guy who made, did that ever come out? A friend of mine was in that.
I don't know.
100 years ago. Anyway.
Yeah. Franchises. It's a sticky thing.
Sticky wicket.
You know? We talk about it all the time. I do, at least. Just I love returning to the comfort of something.
Yeah.
You know? Resident Evil. Great example. But also, it kind of devalues it sometimes. I think of Assassin's Creed. Like, imagine if Assassin's Creed had come out once every, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, eventize it. Make it a big deal.
I mean, yeah,
I also
obviously
like when
both
some-
can be true.
Yeah. I also like to bring up Don. Let's bring it back, Don. Let's bring it back, baby.
Yeah.
Jim Cameron,
Yes.
Avatar.
Yeah.
When something is a franchise with an end in sight. I mean, who's to say they do stop with Avatar 5? You could keep it going forever with spin-offs and prequels and sidequels and flash forwards and flash sideways, but for him to be like, there's gonna be 5. I like
I thought
that.
he said 7.
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's slightly better.
So it's kind of like that. I love the middle ground of here is a huge billion-dollar franchise, the highest budget possible, but contained. I
mean,
like that.
You know my philosophy on this.
You gotta
Like,
watch 3. I want you to watch 3 so
I
bad.
don't give a shit.
Do it over
I
like
do
it
not
over like
give
5
a
nights.
shit.
Watch 20 minutes at a time.
Avatar can kick rocks, dude.
Watch 20 minutes at a
Avatar is
time.
the most nothing burger of all movies ever made.
It gives Don and I happiness. Doesn't it, Don?
Every Avatar movie is the death of 3 other James Cameron movies that could have been.
It gives me so much happiness. All right, from DJ Bobcat. Howdy, allies. I've been recently rewatching Game of Thrones.
Whoa.
I got home after a long day at work, put the disc in my PS5 to watch it, as I own everything on physical media. It wouldn't read the disc.
Oh.
I ejected it. Tried again. Still wouldn't read.
Oh shit.
Tried a different disc. It wouldn't read. Unplugged and replugged in the disc drive. Didn't work. I factory reset my PS5. No dice. And just like that, the mountains of over 180 games from both PS4 and PS5 generation of games and all the collector's editions of Blu-rays I have became absolutely obsolete. This paradigm shift was wild because I've spent so long accumulating media on physical that I never thought about what would happen if I just simply couldn't watch or play any of it. Not to wake up the juju, but do you think there is a time where it is impossible to even get media players, period? Will I have to go to a retro game store to buy a PS5 with a disc player? Do I have to dig around at antique stores for a Blu-ray player? What do we do? Don,
Yeah.
your 3D TV situation,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the tech
pla-
just
you have to
dies
plan
and
for
you're
this.
shit out of luck.
Well, you got to
This is
plan
scary.
for it. You got to plan for
You
it
gotta
with
have a storage
redundancies.
facility,
You got to
yeah.
have multiple storage facilities with redundant versions of every format of, analog technology, digital technology, whatever you can do. I had 3 VCRs in storage. I recently I consolidated some of my tech.
3
And I
VCRs.
was going back through. Well, listen to this, Hubert. I had 3, redundancies. It's all about redundancies and preserving tech for the future. I went back. One of the VCRs is now not working for no reason. I just started eating my tape, and it's just been sitting in storage. So now I'm down to 2 VCRs.
Damn it.
But
So-
that it's like you can't really do anything, I feel like, because if you do have something stored, it's just going to deteriorate sitting there.
That's the
feel
thing.
like.
I had a
Yeah.
Wii wrapped in cellophane wrap, and it's not. And the drive just stopped working.
Yeah.
Moisture got in.
Something.
Maybe I should.
So wait, I'm confused, DJ Bobcat. Did your PS5's disc thing just work?
Yeah,
or
that's
what's-
what it seems
Well,
like.
there's
broke?
this thing happening with discs now, like certain companies. I don't know. I forget if it was like some certain companies that are like, depending where the discs have been produced, they have these like these like death. I forget
Planned
what that's called.
obsolescence.
It's called like melt, or it has some really cool term. But
Holy
like,
shit.
there's like, so depending on like certain giant swaths of discs are actually becoming just like inoperable, deteriorating. Yeah.
This is insane.
So it's happening at different rates of speed depending on like where the disc was produced.
bad
I guess.
petroleum
Something like that.
made out of bad plastic. That's some Apple shit.
It's
Yeah.
not disc rot, but it's something rad
Disc
like
rot.
that. Like
Some
disc
EA shit.
melt or something like that.
Yeah, it's intense to think about that the tech will just be busted and you can't do anything to fix it, and there is no perfect solution other than what Don is doing, trying to have redundancies
literally-
and store it.
Yeah.
Planning for the future. You're like a doomsday prepper,
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm prepping for doomsday.
Well,
the
it's-
media doomsday.
Yeah.
It's funny because you think about like the archaeological record and like hieroglyphs or like written things on papyrus or whatever
Cool.
from like thousands of years ago, right?
Hell yes.
And then like I feel like you take for granted that we have all this information and we have all this stuff right now, and like we all assume that it'll all just be like that we've come out of history and we're living in the future, right? That we're
Yeah.
living in at least the present, and that how it is now will go on and on forever, and that like we won't lose all information again and have another Dark Ages or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you kind of
Doom
think
the
about
Dark Ages. I see what you did there.
yeah. Mm-hmm. You think about stuff like this, where you're like, okay, think back, to like, can any of us play an 8-track besides Don, who has 8 8-track players? But like, those things are just gone.
Yeah.
Obviously, those songs
I can't
are
even
on
play my
other
old
formats,
VHSs.
but-
Honestly, I don't have a VHS anymore.
The really crazy thing about it is like the lost, because like, in each generation, like so much stuff was converted to
Right.
like VHS and then to DVD, and so much past media was like then passed on to 4K, but so much wasn't. And especially
Right.
then with the streaming thing,
Yeah.
there was like so many, like thousands and thousands of titles that just never even, especially because streaming, that's just not like a
So
big
many.
category, like
Yeah.
old international movies, especially, all kinds of stuff. So there's just like tons of stuff. And then with gaming, it's the same way. You're just
Yep.
getting like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games lost to
Just
time
lost.
because they're
Yeah.
never brought up, they're never updated to a new system.
Yeah,
If we
new
get hit
tech,
by an
and
EMP, it's all gone.
sad.
Electromagnetic
Oh, it's sad.
pulse.
Electromagnetic pulse. When the writer of a short film I edited a long time ago called Tender. Check it out.
Tender.
Good short film directed by Elric Kane. I edited it. I'm very proud of that one. I really liked it. Anyways, they were showing it in some film festival, and they were like asking if I had like a 4K version of it, and I was like, we didn't even shoot it in 4K. Like this, like the exports that we have are that's the resolution that the film was shot in. Like at the time, it was HD, maybe 2K, but like it doesn't exist. I could up-res it for you, but like, that's just, it's a different, it's back then we didn't have that. So it's just like, no, I don't have that. And the drives that it's on are all crusty and don't work anymore. Like this was 13 years ago.
It's gone.
Like it's just, that's what it is. That's
Lost
the
to
version that
time.
exists.
It's wild. I mean, even seeing like when I go to the New Beverly, which is Tarantino's theater, and he plays his personal collection of film reels. I got the chance to see Aliens one time,
Oh yeah.
and there were parts of the movie where it was just like grainy as hell or pitch black, not creator's intent,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
the reel has deteriorated so much that it's like I can barely even discern what's happening, and then new scene would come and it's like brighter, and it's like just lost to time,
That was like when I was working at
like
the
tears
in
in the
rain.
rain.
Tax ships off the belt of Orion.
So sick.
I've told this before maybe, but when I was working at a landmark theater in Chicago and Das Weiße Band came out, The White Ribbon by Michael Haneke.
Cool.
It was on like this, it was a beautiful black and white film, and like it was on the stock of the film, because we projected actual film at that theater. Whatever kind of black and white stock the thing was distributed on, I guess, and I still believe that it was probably intentional, but it like
Knowing him.
broke down and got like grungier with like time, and like every time it was played, it looked like more and more like run down.
It was
'Cause
on
I
the
saw
clock.
I saw it on opening night, and it was gorgeous, pristine black and white. And then like we had the movie for like a month or two,
Yeah.
and by the end of that, there were like complaints that the movie like looked too like grody,
Holy crap.
and I was just like, that had to be on purpose.
That's crazy.
Because it kind of thematically resonant too. But anyway,
Yeah. Love that. DJ Bobcat. Just
I don't know.
go. Yeah, we don't know, but go Don style.
Get a friend with a Plex.
Doomsday Prepper. Doomsday Prepper Don. That's what I would do. I'd have a backup. Have a backup media player.
There was a funny prompt on a Dropout episode of like make some noise of a Doomsday Prepper's bunker, but he's saving all the wrong things. And it made me think of Don.
That's funny.
I literally,
Saving the wrong
I literally,
I have no food, but here's my room of pinball machines and VCRs.
I love that. By the way, before we get to this week's bets, Easy Allies patrons are getting 2 bonus love and respect questions. So consider becoming a $5 patron at patreon.com/easyallies, where you get this podcast ad-free and 2 days early. You get into the official Discord. You can submit questions to love and respect as Ian Alexander, Rahul Masal, and DJ Bobcat have done. So get on in there. Help us out. We need you to keep it rolling, to keep it going. Because we are not Andrew Wilson. All
We
right.
did not get $38 million bonus from a
No.
horrible sale. No.
Correct. If you really want to help us out, you can join one of our producer tiers starting at $25. You can get your name added to the monthly podcast credits, read aloud by the legend Brandon Jones. Hope he's doing well. Haven't seen or heard from him in a minute.
Yeah.
And our platinum producers get a shout out on this podcast each and every week. This month's shout outs go to Jabbo Abs and El Thanis. Shout out! So come join us on patreon.com/easyallies for those bonus questions. It is time for bets! Marvel Tokon. Freaks only. Hardcore
It's a
shit.
tough. That's a 40-minute
Tough
tutorial.
nuts crack here. Yep. It's a tough one.
I played it for 2 hours.
Yep.
I really appreciate the art.
Such good
and
art.
Obviously, it's an incredible game.
Just a little hardcore.
Made me realize it's not for me.
Yeah.
I was like, this is way too
Marathon
sweaty for me.
and Tokon are
Yeah.
going to be battling it out for the most hardcore, uncompromising
Yeah.
shit of the year. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
This time next week, we haven't done it in a minute, so we don't want to hear any attitude from Bloodworth. How many views will it have on Twitch next week? Damiani,
Oh, 20,000.
$20,000. Don,
I went 14,000.
14,000. I said 22,000.
Who did Blood send his thing to?
I think he posted in Slack.
But where?
Great.
I don't see anything.
I think he
Oh.
probably sent it to you directly, which
Okay,
is
let me
the
see.
least helpful thing he could have done.
Good. You go.
41K.
41K.
Is that 40 right? More than 40 right now.
You've got the high. Well done. 41. 41. You do it.
Sorry, I thought you were doing that.
All right. It looks like we have a DM from Bloodworth.
Send them to me or Don.
Wow, Blood.
What'd he do? 100,000?
25.3.
Oh, crazy.
Threaded the needle there.
3,000.
Yeah. Boom. All right, everybody's locked in. Last week's bet, we asked for the top 10 Final Fantasy XIV reviews on OpenCritic for the Switch 2 version of the game. And we asked, how many times will we see the word Revelations? Well, none of
Yeah.
these reviews are
I was going to say
posted.
there's no reviews. There's no way
There are
review's going
no's.
to be up in time. They don't do
That's
early
Bringing-
access.
I did
Yep.
point that out
Yep.
on the day.
Yep.
That there probably would be none.
So I
Bringing
could-
the
I
answer to
could've won
0.
that. I could've easily
You
won
would've.
that one. You picked
You
the
would've
one
won.
I could get when I'm not there. Yeah.
I know. We did a
We did it to mess
14.
with you.
We did a 14 bet when you weren't here, Dom.
We did it in your honor because we
Yeah.
missed you.
Yeah, we did. You were there in spirit because
Yeah.
of that bet. Don had the low. He had 4. The answer is 0. Don wins the bet.
Booyah.
Boom. Bringing the
needed
new totals to myself and Isla are tied with 11. And Strawberries X Cream, Don creeping up with 8.
Back on
You
the
added
board.
you gave him one already?
Back
Yeah.
on the board.
Yeah.
Nice.
There it is. Alrighty. Do we have any promotions?
Yeah, I was on an episode of Wellness Check,
Nice.
Ash's show, Ashley Birch's show.
Cool.
If you haven't seen that, it was a fun time. We had a fun conversation about stuff. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It was good.
Sick. What else?
I don't know. Sleepy.
Any other promotions?
Check out the big walk. That was fun.
Yeah,
Check
Big
out
Walk
Big-
The
stream.
big walk stream.
Our Big Walk
Great
stream.
call.
We're gonna
That was
keep
super
playing
fun.
that, so catch up if you missed it.
Yeah,
'cause
we're
we
doing a
played
full
the first
playthrough.
couple hours of it.
I can't wait to get back to it. What a delight.
I think about it. It's all I'm thinking about.
It is such a delight. Awesome. Well, Don Casanova, since you won the bet, you get to shout out to anything or anyone that's on your mind this week. You get the final word on anything you've disagreed with, want to reiterate, or just popped into your head. And you get to sign off with your trademark sign-off.
Alrighty, sweet. Shout out to California Extreme. The time has come again. After a few weeks delayed, the great pinball and arcade convention is coming back to Central California. The World Cup delayed it by a few weeks, as we all know.
Are you going to invite me this time, Don?
And Huber, it's not too late. You.
When is it? How do I buy a ticket?
It's this weekend. By the time this is going up, actually, but by the time the public is seeing this is already Sunday, so we're on the last day. But depending on where you are, get in your car and floor it, and you can still make it for a couple hours.
August
of
8th and 9th.
And arcade action.
August
this weekend.
8th and 9th.
Saturday and Sunday.
At the Hyatt Regency Santa Clara.
Yes. Oh, yes. We're starting to buy the canned soups and loading up all the supplies we'll need for the
pre-registration is now closed on. Tickets will be available at the door the day of the show.
Oh, it hurts a little bit
dice.
for anyone that didn't get the pre-registration tickets. But you know what? You show up, you stand in line, you're probably going to get in.
Probably.
You're going to have to stand on a little bit of a line.
A weekend
Dang
ticket.
Why do I always forget? I thought I told you,
$65.
but I think I did
fair.
tell you about this, actually. I did bring it up. It was, remember when I first brought it up because of the World Cup delayed it, and I just said, I don't know if this thing's happening, and then I was like, well, it's happening now in August.
Yeah.
It's delayed a few weeks.
This has more than just pinball, right?
It's arcade. Yeah, dude.
That's
Lethal
right.
Enforcers I played
I remember
there.
last year you
Oh
went
my
to it. I was
gosh.
so jealous,
There's
Dawn.
so much good stuff. So
Let's
as always,
see.
I'm going to bring photos and videos. We'll do a short little segment on the podcast here in the future, sometime in the next week or two, so I can show you some of the highlights of
I
California
work
Extreme.
Saturday and Sunday morning. I could get there for the evening.
You get there Saturday night, where there'll be plenty of stuff to play.
They
It
close
goes to 2 a.m., I think, on
1:30
Saturday night.
a.m. close
It's
time.
good
That's
vibes.
sick.
And when you're there and the lights are turning on
Dude.
in the convention center at 2 in the morning, let me tell you something. It's a beautiful crowd. It's some beautiful. Those are some beautiful faces you're seeing there. I love it. Anyway, hell yeah, dude. Make it happen. Get to California Extreme. I'm pumped. Final word, Nintendo. I love you still. You're not treating me very nicely, but I love you, and I believe you can change to be back like your old self again, Nintendo, the one I fell in love with.
Hell yeah.
No, seriously, we always believe in Nintendo. They're just eroding trust right now, the same way the Wii U eroded trust, Damiani. After all that love that Nintendo garnered from the Wii, they're eroding trust again with this Switch Pro. They're hawking as the Switch 2, but we know they'll come around again and make things right, just as they always do. Anyway, until next time, everyone. Peace out and sayonara, essays. So now I'm down to 2 VCRs.